Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Clayton Floriani, joined by Brandon Artilles. We are live in Cordova, Tennessee, on the campus of ECS for this first-round playoff. Lipscomb Academy, the Mustangs come in from Nashville, Tennessee, to take on our 8-2 Eagles. Got a great night of football. As most of the season we've had great weather, missed some rain that kind of went north of us. Get down in probably the high 40s tonight, Brandon.
Yeah.
So we're going to review last week's great victory at North Point. We'll also preview tonight's game against Lipscomb. Before that, we always like to say thank you to our sponsors. So, Brandon, if you don't mind, giving a rundown of those.
Well, before I get to the sponsor, I do want to thank Britton Wilkins for getting me off of the sideline by taking a week off, so I can be in the nice warm booth and not have to endure.
Yes, I'm glad you said that.
I mean, it's kind of weak. I'm kind of fragile, so I'm not having to be out there in the elements
yes,
tonight.
we've got the heat on for sure.
Yeah, but anyways, thank you very much. We do want to get started and thank Pediatric Dental Group, of course, Clayton Floriani being one of the title sponsors for this broadcast. Also, Stiles Law Firm. Again, we want to hear a lot of James Stiles tonight because all our touchdowns are brought to you by James Stiles, so the Stiles Law Firm. Also, Sean Wilkins, State Farm, and he'll also be sponsoring exclusively our timeouts for this evening, the ECS timeouts, so Sean Wilkins, State Farm. Compliance Associates with Tim Wilson, Benny James, and Darren Wilkes. Bank 3 with Scott House, Strategic Financial with Ham Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Barrett Jones, and Chandler Gagnon, as well as Ortho Memphis, David Dabbs, and Jen Dorman, and then Jeff Whitehorn, Absolute Comfort, and they bring the Chalk Talk and Walk series, which happens every Thursday, and we hope to have another one because that means that we will have a victory in the playoffs again, but those are every Thursday morning at 11:45. Just want a moment to talk about those and just how great those are. Just for it's another opportunity for the ECS community to come together and also fellowship. The best part of the whole hour that we're in there, of course, we're getting insight from Coach Rodriguez about what happened the week before, but certainly looking forward to the opponent ahead. But we pray over the entire roster. You take the whole roster and everybody there, you break it down and you raise those players up to the Lord and just pray over them, and you just hope that they are representatives for Christ in the game, but also that we pray for their protection. So just one of the best parts of my week is just being able to be a part of that.
Great. Thanks for sharing that. All right, well, we're going to look at last week's game, tonight's game, and then some awards came through today, so make sure we don't leave those out as well. Last week, as of course, we traveled down to South Haven, Mississippi to take on North Point, 0-10. We left that game knowing one thing, that's certainly on record may have been 0-10, but that team that they put on the field was a good football team. And we'll go over some stats here, and they were pretty much hand in hand with us most of the night. A little bit of
surprised by the stats that the Bears had is very close, evenly matched, except on the scoreboard.
Yeah, turnovers were a little bit different. That did it. So total offense 306 ECS versus 281. So once again, really close. Rushing 190 to 178, receiving 116 to 103. We've got first downs 18 to 14. So I mean I'm what 10 off on 10-5, 15 off. Which you look at the scoreboard, 35 to 14. They hung around for a while. They gave us fits on the offensive side of the ball. We couldn't get the ball moving. The field was wet. McMeans had a hard time getting his footing. He's extremely fast, really fast laterally on that field. It's up north and south. You can't do much running side to side, and that hurt us for a while until we decided just to go straight at him up the middle. Jacob Hatcher, 5 of 9, 116 yards. Matthew McMeans, 19 carries, 136 yards on the ground. So, obviously, he got it going.
Yeah, he got it going. Well, Coach Rodriguez acknowledged that, and he touched on that in the Chalk Talk and Walk yesterday morning, and I know he discussed it with you on the phone, just about they made that adjustment, and that's the type of in-game adjustments you have to make. And at the end of the fourth quarter, communicating with guys in the booth, and they're telling them, hey, this east-west game, it's not working, the footing's not there. And then once they started going north-south and just really running a lot a football with Cameron Rosenberger, that's when the game really shifted and ECS was able to take over.
Absolutely. We mentioned Jacob Hatcher, 5 of 9, 116. Of those 4 incomplete passes, they were on the money.
Yeah,
I mean, Dawson missed one. A couple, Gagnon had a deep ball thrown to him. I mean, they were certainly contested by North Point, not easy balls, but they were put in a place that only we could catch it and just couldn't come down with it. I mean, usually we had it in our hands, the ground kind of, jarred it loose from us, but he was dialed in. Second half, most everyone was. Defensively, of course, we shut them down. They kind of wiggled loose on a couple longer runs. They had some guys with some speed, and that kind of hurt us a little bit, but all in all, we came out with a victory, and that's what we wanted to do.
Exactly, and everything, it did take it was a bit of a slow start, but once we found our footing, literally and figuratively out there, and we had the run game established, that's when he was able to start having Coach Rodriguez dialed in some play action, and Jacob Hatcher was able to connect with Dawson Williams over the top. So a lot of it ended up being a pretty good show offensively. After they got out some of the
late in the season, I think that's what they wanted. It's hard to get up for those end games, especially against an 0-10 team.
And that's another good point is that North Point came in 0-10, and that was not 0-10 talent. There was a lot of good talent on the field, and perhaps, when ECS, now that you're near the top of the division, having some success, you got a bullseye on your back, and so they got one of North Point's probably best fights of the year.
Yeah, that's right.
They performed well.
Defensively, Evan Lockhart, 5.5 tackles. Pennington, 2.5. Ethan Saunders, 2.5 tackles. Gagnon, 2.5 on the night. Halston Hill, 2.5 on the night. So a lot of guys helping out along that defensive front and that next level, those inside linebackers and outside linebackers. Of course, Carson Gagnon coming up from the free safety position. So that's going to lead us a little bit into tonight. I would say last year at this time we're 3-7.
Yeah.
This year we're 8-2. Tonight playing Lipscomb, 2-8. One thing we know, and we've learned even last week with North Point, records are out the window.
Yeah, that's
when it comes to playoff time, they're out the window. So speak a little bit of Lipscomb, if you'd like to, or if you want to. I think you had some stats maybe.
Well, I'll flip over. Just bear with us as we find our stats on Lipscomb. But, I mean, the story on Lipscomb is that they're going to run a kind of a wing tee offense, and that's kind of been the tradition over there that the Mustangs have had for decades, and they're going to bring that into the game. That's kind of their tradition, and they're going to look to beat ECS's defense on the perimeter. So that's where Lipscomb's going to try to exercise their efficiency, and we're going to see if that's going to match up well. They've had success with it through spurts of the year. A lot of their wins a lot of their losses this year, it's less than 10 points. I think half a dozen of their games are less than 10 points. So they're not being overwhelmed by their opponents too tremendously. They're able to compete in the game. So by no means is this going to be a team that is going to, giving us any indication that they're just going to roll over, especially with what's at stake in the playoffs.
Speak a little bit to ECS offensively, kind of what's been our bread and butter, kind of coming into this game, stat leaders going ahead. I mean, we're going to run the ball tonight, no doubt, but talk a little bit about where we've been and what we need to do tonight to win.
Well, what we have here is, you have 18, rushing offense, 190 total yards. So that was for the most recent game, when they matched up. But what we're anticipating in this game is specific for the type of defense that Lipscomb's going to be running, a 3-3 stack with some variations there, and they're going to try to really utilize the perimeter. So Coach Rodriguez has talked about trying to run stretch plays, try to set up quick screens. So that's kind of the offense that they're going to be trying to utilize to take advantage of the shortcomings of the Lipscomb defense, and he's trying to exploit that.
You mentioned the offense, quarterback, Killebrew, I believe is.
Killebrew.
Not anything flashy, but he's just very methodical with the offense, gets the job done, throws a really nice deep ball. They're going to go deep on us, several times tonight. They run several jet sweeps out of that wing T formation that's been effective for them. Defensively, of course, you mentioned their defense. Coach Rodriguez mentioned they could go to more of a 4-2 look, depending on what we do. We've kind of seen teams change up their look, as we saw with Harding here last time. They're going to stop the run. So I expect them to put more guys in the box, which Harding did. I think they blitzed every time, and North Point did the same thing. They've shown on film they may run a little bit of a nickel defense, which means they'll pull in an extra defensive back at times. I don't expect that tonight. I don't know why they would against us. Now, I do expect them to see I do expect to see a lot of man coverage on the perimeter. They have shown that. I would invite that. I think Dawson Williams is the best in the business as far as beating that. So I don't know how long they'll stick with that, but they have shown that on one side of the field they'll go man-to-man coverage, and they'll kind of flip between a 3-deep and a 2-deep. So a lot of stuff is going to be unknown. We always talk about Coach Rodriguez getting into the flow of the game, give him 2 or 3 series to see what they're going to throw at us. and then we make adjustments off that.
Yeah, we have seen that consistently. There's that feeling out period at the beginning of a game, and then by the second quarter, it seems like there has been an adjustment made, and we saw that last week against North Point, and probably see more of the same here. But they're going to be, there are certain indicators that the Lipscomb defense that they're going to be looking for specifically, in particular, you talked about that nickel package when they bring an outside linebacker up, depending on what side of the ball that he's going to be on, and so anticipate the ECS offense shifting and trying to set up a power situation the other way.
Offensively, Coach Rods feels like we could do some damage to them in the vertical passing game, releasing our tight ends, getting a halfback out of or more of a slot back into that seam position. Of course, we're going to always look for the deep post to Williams. I feel like tonight Carson Gagnon could have a big night. I think you'll see more and more teams as we get in this playoff. They know we're going to run, throw over the top to Dawson. Gagnon's been open a lot, just may not have been targeted, from Hatcher. But I think he knows that. Hey, look for Gagnon because the guy's he may be running free, and he runs so well with the ball after the catch.
He had a great play last week against North Point. Where he was able to get some extra yardage. Absolutely,
he did. Probably about one tackle away from going all the way. So we look forward to be a great game tonight. Let's talk a little bit about the playoff picture real quickly, and then we'll get into some awards. We've got St. George's tonight playing. They are playing, is it Harding, I believe, is who they're playing. You've got Lausanne playing Good Pasture. Okay.
Nashville,
the winner of this game will play the winner of that game, which most likely will be Lausanne. That would be at Lausanne next week. So that's our goal tonight, is get through this to get to next week. So speak a little bit postseason awards that came out, some regions that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, but ECS, it woke up to some really good news, and certainly for the region. Coach of the Year, Jonas Rodriguez.
Yes.
So congratulations to Coach Rodriguez for securing that award, and also a Defensive Player of the Year. You mentioned him just a little bit ago. Austin Hill is the Defensive Player of the Year for the region, and it just says a lot about. I mean, that is a lot of the coaches and administrators that are voting on that. So it's just the recognition that ECS is now getting kind of back on the map, and we've arrived once again and returned to prominence.
Well, I think just the record alone, I mean, that's just incredible. From 3-7 to 8-2. I mean, that's in a year, that's pretty remarkable. We knew coming into this year we had some talent because a lot of those guys played last year, but not. I mean, like he said, I think at North Point, he said, had you put it on paper at the beginning of the year and someone handed it to you and said, hey, would you like to do 8-2? We'd have taken that.
They take it.
I mean, to the bank. So, anyway, it's exciting.
And then it's gotten to the point where you can kind of just look at the games. You certainly look at the Lausanne game. You look at the St. George. St. George was that was a bitter pill to swallow. That was a game that ECS feels like, and they should have won that game. And Lausanne, so close. A few plays, a few bounces of the ball one way or another, and we're talking about, it's not exaggerative to say an undefeated season. So, I mean, it was very, very close, and they've been super competitive, and that's what you're looking for. And it just speaks to the culture that Coach Rodriguez has really cultivated here, and how the players have bought into it.
So next week, most likely the winner of this game will be at Lausanne. The week after, we'll be playing most likely CPA.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough time to get out of this western kind of regional to get to Murfreesboro.
Yeah,
I think that's where the finals are.
Yeah.
To get to Middle Tennessee to the final.
Tennessee could be Cookeville.
Maybe
it's
Cookeville.
Here.
It's not here.
Drive 3 or 4 hours to get there.
But you got to go through some tough competition. I always say somebody is going to beat those guys.
Yeah.
And it might as well be us. And we've been close. And one note on CPA, talking about Lipscomb that we watched on film, was that this team ran the ball up and down the field on CPA, which was pretty shocking considering they're the #1 team and undefeated out of that middle region.
Well, the final score of the game was 45-21.
Yes.
And it's one of those games where the score really didn't indicate how competitive it was, and the fact that Lipscomb was able to hang with CPA, they did a fantastic job. We're going to see, we hope we don't see it tonight, but certainly you were remarking on Killebrew, his arm and his efficiency. They scored on a lot of plays over the top, connecting with a number 20 for Lipscomb. So they have offensive explosiveness that they're able to utilize. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's going to be able to flourish tonight against the ECS defense.
All right, partner, we're going to pan it back out. I believe we'll have captains about to make it out. We'll continue our pregame here as we get ready to announce those captains. Big crowd on the night. Of course, we've got Eagle Madness will be happening right after this ball game at 9:30. So that's something that we definitely look forward to. We have to check out the men's and women's basketball team.
That's going to be fun. So that's kind of, I know Coach Willie Jenkins, he's been super excited about that. Of course, it's modeled after University of Memphis Madness.
That's right.
Getting everybody stirred up about basketball. And certainly, it's ripe here for that type of fervor with ECS Eagles basketball. I know Coach Jenkins is really trying to establish that culture, get the student body involved and excited. And there's something to do with wacky socks. So you have to that's how you get in. You buy a pair of wacky socks.
$5.
$5 and you get in the door. So it's going to be a great way to bring the ECS another opportunity for fellowship and community, which
that's
is
right.
just one of the things that's just outstanding about this school and the family here. So we're looking excited at it. I do want a quick shout out ECS cross country. On their way to Nashville. Speaking of heading to Middle Tennessee, so they're on their way to Nashville, both boys and girls ready to compete in their state tournament. So we want to wish them luck and pray for their success in Nashville as they compete in their state tournament for cross country. So that's another great opportunity to showcase ECFS athletics statewide.
Looks like we got Joseph Welch, Cameron Rosenberger, and Tyler Giles as our captains tonight. Brandon, I'm going to do a little bit of technical work here in just a minute.
Oh, I'll fill in the gaps with one thing that we do need to be everybody needs to keep their eyes on, and I guess it will be missing number 46. Chandler Karn, of course, the outstanding kicker for ECS, will not be suiting up tonight. Had a bit of an injury to his leg, and there's been no indication of when he'll return. Hopefully he'll be able to be back if we're able to continue through the playoffs, that he will be back the following week. But for tonight, he is out. So you're going to see some different guys having opportunities to kick the ball for ECS, and that's a big boot to fill because Chandler Karn's been outstanding. Certainly even just his kickoff games alone where he's been able to just get automatic touchbacks time and time again throughout this season, where opposing teams, they don't even have an opportunity to have a big play in the return game. Chandler Karn has done an outstanding job taking that away from opposing teams. So what we're going to have kicking today is going to be Alan Bowman, and we're going to have thank you, Joey.
Yeah, we're gonna
my son Joey coming on in here.
Appreciate you, Joey. Thanks for feeding us tonight.
Bringing in the cheese and
yes,
sausage
indeed.
plate.
We love it.
And but yes, we're going to have Alan Bowman. He's going to be kicking tonight. Also, a new guy to the team. He's a soccer player and a rugby player, Max Pleben. So Max Pleben, he's going to be wearing number 38 tonight, and he's going to be coming out, and he's going to be punting rugby style. So, and you can't overlook special teams, Clayton. You can't overlook the importance of special teams. It served us well all season, and you certainly don't want to overlook that aspect of the game in the first week of the playoffs. So doing everything they can to shore things up in the absence of Chandler Karn.
Well, what's interesting, what you said was, speaking to the point of Alan Bowden, kicking, he's been out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pardon me, I said Bowman.
He's hurt in the Lausanne game, and now to get him back, and now he's having to kick. So they certainly wouldn't. I mean,
and
that would not be.
He's got that brace on.
Yeah,
his
he does.
Coming back, and he's out there kicking. It has been, that's just another illustration of next man up. This team does have that attitude. And when Cameron Rosenberger, when he went down earlier in the year, there was Matthew McMeans, and he stepped in and did an outstanding job. And now we have two very strong, efficient running backs in the backfield, and we've seen that transition where Cameron Rosenberger, I will say Brenton Wilkins, who helped our statistician, even though he's not in the booth, he did help us get some stats, and whatever outlet provided him with these stats referred to Cameron Rosenberger as Mr. Red Zone. So I'm going to steal that for this broadcast. Mr. Red Zone Cameron Rosenberger had 2 scores inside the 20-yard line last week and had an additional score in the red zone against Harding the week before that. So Cameron Rosenberger, and he's been seeing a lot of time at fullback. So Coach Rodriguez looking into getting the best athletes on the field, the best players on the field, and where you have a backfield where you have Rosenberger at fullback and you have Matthew McMeans at tailback, that's a dynamic duo and is going to cause fits for a lot of opposing teams. But again, that was shaped around identifying this talent in the midst of unfortunate injuries.
That's right. I mean, we talked about it. Fabulous coaching to move Rosenberger to that fullback position. Having Bowden out, really, I think we had to move guys to places that they have played. They've practiced it throughout the year, but they don't get a lot of playing time, at tight end. Now we're moving a tight end to fullback. We're having to move a second-string tight end to a starting tight end. And those guys know the plays, but what they don't know is, they're not used to blocking and staying with their guys. True. So, we'll get a hole open, and then all of a sudden the guy makes a tackle. We're not staying on them long enough. So we'll hopefully do better tonight, and we're going to see how much Bowden gets in the game. I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to play.
Speaking of the blocking, you were talking about fullbacks, the offensive line, you can't overestimate or overlook at how well they played last weekend. And again, to that point, it wasn't necessarily that the blocking wasn't there. Certainly at the beginning of the game against North Point, where the footing was just off. Matthew McMeans just could not hit the hole and make the cuts that he was typically could make. The blocks were there, and they certainly stuck with that. And that left side of the offensive line with Dietrich Pennington and Cody Ashmore, they just did an incredible job moving guys out, and I think Hudson Still was even doing a lot of pull blocking on that, and they were able just to clear the path, and that's where those Rosenberger touchdowns we were discussing in the red zone, that's where those originated, with those three guys clearing a path for the running back. So they did a great job, and number 70 for North Point last week, great athlete, showed why he's a lot of people are looking at him even maybe at the collegiate level. They did a great job sealing him off, even though there were points in the game where he was spending a lot of time in our backfield. Looks like David Lipscomb, formerly David Lipscomb, now Lipscomb Academy, they are set to kick off. ECS set to return. Carson Gagnon and Dawson Williams back.
Gagnon on the return, got a nice hole. Down to the 45-yard line. I'll tell you, once again, nice return by Gagnon. Gagnon's a special player, just doesn't get the ball in his hands as much as others, but when he gets it, he's pretty electric.
And a good job sticking with the blocks on the return team there. That was a dribbler down the middle of the field, just kind of a squib kick, and blocks still stayed in formation. And Gagnon was able to pick it up and make a good return starting at the 46-yard line. All
right, we're going to start off with Joseph Welch, quarterback tonight. Rosenberger, your fullback. McMeans, the tailback. Power right. Nice hole. McMeans gets about 5 on the play. Nice blocking on the right side. Josiah Tingley. Cody Ashmore, Hudson Steele. Not good. Second down and 5. We're going to put Gagnon and Williams top of the screen. Once again, same formation. Rosenberger fullback, McMeans tailback. Stretch play off the right side. McMeans pick up probably 3 or 4. We'll look at third down and short.
As the scouting support suggested, Lipscomb Academy, they're coming out with a 3-down lineman set with 3 linebackers. And kind of this variation of a nickel package where they will have 5 defensive backs. One of them's kind of like a hybrid linebacker. And much of ECS's offense is going to hinge on where that linebacker lines up, and he's going to dictate where that strong side is and where they decide to attack.
Williams split out to the bottom of your screen. Once again, we're going off the right side. McMeans, quick hit up the middle, down to the 30, the 20, down to the 5-yard line. Matthew McMeans, once again, right up the gut, got behind Tingley, Giles, and Ellis.
Again, more outstanding blocking. You just touched on it with Tingley, Giles, and Ellis opening that hole on the right side. Josh Kroll checking in for Austin Hill.
First and goal for the Eagles on the 6-yard line. Same formation, McMeans tailback, Rosenberger fullback. Right up the middle, still on his feet. He'll pick up maybe 2. Lipscomb came in, a blitz right up the middle.
Yeah, they certainly committed to shut down the run on that play, and it paid off. Interesting to see what adjustment ECS comes up with here on second down. McMeans is out. Preston Daniel, tight end, comes out. Got a power formation here.
That's right. We'll go 2 tight end. Rosenberger, McMeans.
I believe it, just from here, it looked like Lipscomb may have moved first. We'll see what the refs have to say, though. Jumping into the neutral zone.
Dead ball. They're going to back up the Eagles. See if we stay in that same formation, or see if Coach Rod wants to change the play. All right, we're going to change that out. We're going to pull the 2 tight ends out. We're going to get Gagnon in. 9 minutes to go and counting this first quarter. Eagles taking the ball pretty much the length of the field, about a 50-yard run by McMeans off the right side. Williams, Gagnon, top of the screen. Rosenberger, your tailback, rolling out. Boy, Lockhart wide open. Welch just overthrew him. Couldn't quite get it down. Boy, we had him right there. Great play call.
And you see where it was set up. They had it open on the left side of the field. The play was there. Just unfortunately overthrew the ball.
Boy, tough. I was hoping Welch could get that throw down. We'll come back 3rd down and 10.
Jacob Epperson just checking in, wide receiver.
Third down, 10, ball on the 10. We're going to go trips left. Rosenberger, your lone back. Looking for Daniel over the middle, little seam route. We talked about one of those vertical routes in the pregame. Could not find him, so see what we do here. We're going to try to go for it maybe.
This will be an indicator of how we feel about our kicking game minus Chandler Carr, and it looks like they are going for – they're going to give Alan Bowden a chance to kick here. See if he can make a field goal. Again, he's subbing in for Chandler Carr, who's injured this week.
All right, 27-yard field goal. Boy, nice kick by Bowden. Ball is up and good. Alan Bowden, how about that?
We're going to clap on that one.
Yes, indeed.
Good kick by Alan Bowden, coming back from his knee injury, his own knee injury.
Boy, what a great kick. You know, you like to get 3 points. You hate to come down and do that well offensively and come away with nothing. So that's exciting. That's a James Stiles law firm. Not a touchdown, but 3 points. We'll take it.
We'll give it to him.
That's right. Thank you, James, for sponsoring those points for us.
All scores.
Exactly.
All scores, and we'll take it. And absolutely a great way to, not exactly what you wanted, but anytime you come away with points, it's in the positive, and they were able to move the ball down the field, and it resulted in 3.
Well, it didn't take us very long to get down the field. So hopefully we'll have more of that. We're going to bring Alan Bowden out as the kicker. 8:38 to go. Eagles up 3-0 in this first quarter. Once again, thank you to Chris Cochran, Joseph Nafee being in the booth with us, taking care of us. Brandon Artilles along with me, and hello to Britton Wilkins. He's out of town tonight, but I know he's watching. I do expect some type of squib kick. Yeah, a little line drive knuckleball. Boy, nice play. I thought Agapos might get him. Nice return by Lipscomb up to the 35-yard line. A lot of Eagles around him, just couldn't quite bring him down. Nice run by Trip Morrow. Bring out our defensive unit. We're going to start off our front three. We're going to have Josh Kroll, number 90, Josh Hartza, 54, Tyler Giles, number 57, Austin Hill, strong side outside linebacker. We're going to have Preston Daniel, going to be the Sam linebacker on this weak side. Evan Lockhart, Ethan Saunders, your two middle linebackers. Gagnon and Epperson, the safeties. Nern playing corner. Little jet sweep. Still on his feet, down, picked up 12 yards. Nice opening play by Lipscomb.
Just Coach Rodriguez anticipate. I mean, do not overlook some of the athletes on the Lipscomb team, and they're showing the athleticism there and tough running.
All the film that I've seen, they've run that play first every time. So that certainly was not a surprise. We just could not block it, get off the blocks. Nice defensive stand by that front three. You know, our defensively, we got a little bit of a different formation tonight, different than what we've seen. Normally, you'll see Peter Nern at a cornerback. You'll also see Dawson Williams at the opposite. We've now brought in Joseph Welch, kind of like a strong safety. You watch where he's going to go. He's going to kind of mirror the running back and go to that side. That strong side looks like. So number 10, Joseph Welch, in at a safety, but he'll kind of come up on the line or come off. Second down and 8. Nice throw and catch, pickup of 12. Nice throw by Killebrew.
Well, that's what they do, that quick pass game. Killebrew has a good arm, very efficient, so that's the MO on him. So this is not surprising anything on the ECS defense right now. This is about what they expected, but stopping it, that's going to be a different thing altogether.
That'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. Lipscomb traveling south in Legends Field. We're going to bring Nern out on an island. Number 13. Boy, great play. Josh Kroll just wrapped him up, took him down. Number 90. Excellent play. Kroll had a big night last week defensively. At North Point.
Had that strip sack. I know a lot of people they were lobbying for the interception for Josh Hartza,
yes.
But in the record books, it was a strip sack by Josh Kroll, and then Hartza was the beneficiary of getting the ball.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Always be aware of Daniel Green, number 20, at the bottom of your screen, wide receiver for Lipscomb. They like to go deep to him from time to time.
Well, that was a classic wing T formation and play. Fake that fullback dive and try to get that back around the end.
Lipscomb going to be backed up into a 2nd and long situation. 2nd and 13 to be exact.
We'll call it 2nd and 14. Let's see if they go deep here on Nern. There they go. They're going to run a little waggle. Going deep. Nern is on it. Nern with the interception at the 4-yard line. But we called it. Great time to go deep. Nern was on him, never came off. What a great year Nern has had. I'm not sure how many interceptions, but I'd probably say around 5.
He has several, and they're always very crucial, critical picks, and he's done a fantastic job. He's been doing that all year. Certainly started with the Webb game. He had that crucial interception in that game at the beginning of the year in Nashville, and now doing it again in the playoffs.
I think of the blocked field goal against Arlington here. All right, we're going to bring Jacob Hatcher in at quarterback now, number 2. We may see him the rest of the half. McMeans, tailback, in our own end zone. We're going to go right at the middle once again. McMeans breaks free, breaks the tackle down to the, we'll call it the 18-yard line. Nice 13-yard gain by McMeans to get us out of our own end zone.
Two big runs already tonight. Of course, he broke that one that close to 50 yards. That got us in the scoring position. And then that one that gets us out of the shadow of the goalpost, so to speak.
Boy, great job by that front five blocking. Rosenberger, great kick-out block at fullback. Quick pass to Williams on the left, breaks the tackle to the 32-yard line. Little quick throwing catch on that left side. That'll be another Eagle first down. Great block by Jacob Epperson to spring him for 10 extra yards. Dietrich Pennington, left tackle. Cody Ashmore, left guard. Tyler Giles, right guard. Paul Ellis, right tackle. Josiah Tingley, your center. McMeans, tailback. Handoff right side. Boy, a lot of blocking, big holes. That's another 15, Brandon.
Another big run for Matthew McMeans. He's been doing it all year, just finding those seams in the defense, and he's just able to attack it. Another big run, and you're starting to see, I guess, the MO on Lipscomb's defense, scrappy unit, high octane, but, if they may be undersized, and you're just seeing that push on the offensive line, just moving them into that second level of the defense, offensive line pushing them around.
1st and 10 on our 50. Rosenberger now your tailback. Quick pass again to Williams. Nice block by Epperson. That'll be another 11, 12-yard gain by Williams.
Dawson Williams, first team offense, region.
Nice pass by Hatcher. Alan Bowden, 27, now in at fullback, so he's back in that position he's held most of the year. Nice to have him back healthy. 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this first quarter. Eagles moving north. Brennan, I'm not sure why we wouldn't keep the ball on the ground. I mean, we're just kind of going laterally to those passes. Yeah. A very specific game plan. The offsides by Lipscomb, it appears.
Well, you can see where the adjustments have already been made in contrast to that first possession. Obviously, great job with the power game attacking the middle of the field. That's looked to be more Lipscomb, but
I didn't see us jump. I'm going to double-check that on the replay.
That seemed to be more Lipscomb guys moving.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Well,
I didn't see it. That'll back us up 5. 1st and 15 on the 42. Boy, same play. Rosenberger cuts it up. A little bit of a stronger back. Picks up probably 2. Not quite back to the original line of scrimmage.
But that is something Coach Rodriguez was talking about this week, finding creative ways to attack the perimeter and get outside, whether it was through stretch plays or quick screens. And we've seen them target Dawson Williams twice on this possession, and we'll probably anticipate seeing more of it. It's been very effective.
Gagnon and Epperson at the top. Bowden fullback, Rosenberger your tailback. Probably a passing situation. Going to stick with Rosenberg off the left side. Stays on his feet. Boy, great run. Pick up probably 10 yards. A little short of the first down. Let's call it 3rd and a long 3.
As happy as we were to see Alan Bowden make that first field goal, this may be a little bit out of his range. So you wonder if this is going to be a 4-down territory for the Eagles right now with the 30-yard line of Lipscomb.
Well, offensive line doing a great job blocking tonight. Too tight end. Handoff, McMeans, left side, quick hit. Boy, just a different gear. That'll be a first down, Eagles. McMeans picks up probably 7 on the play. Brandon, tonight, just totally different than we saw at Harding. here and also at North Point. We haven't stumbled out of the gate like we have those games.
I think footing helped. Not to put too much of the emphasis, but the footing was an issue against North Point last week. So you can't overlook that. But, yeah, so the sure footing has certainly helped a guy like Matthew McMeans, and you've seen the way he hits those holes. And to your point about the different gears, Rosenberger and McMeans, and that's going to be tough on this Lipscomb defense to adjust.
Quick hit to Williams. Boy, great pass, blocked by Gagnon. See if Williams will go in down to the 5-yard line, pushed out of bounds. Well, Hatcher's got such a strong arm to get that ball out there quickly. Gagnon with a fantastic block.
We see Rosenberger, Mr. Red Zone, coming back in. As we are knocking on the door yet again for a score, we're going to hope for a James Stiles touchdown this to go around.
All right, we'll see what Coach Rodriguez dials up. We'll bring Gagnon Williams to the left side of the field. We'll go back with McMeans, tailback, Rosenberger, your fullback. We'll go 2 tight end. Boy, nice hard running by McMeans. Actually, that was only 1 tight end on that right side.
I'd be interested to see if they go back to that rollout to the left, this time with Hatcher at the helm, because that was wide open on the last possession.
Well, even the pass to the flats there, that cornerback's coming up. I'd have to think they're going to fake that and go a little bit into the end zone. I mean, Carson Gagnon, well, now the guy's going to come out. He was open. Boy, nice play by Tate Taylor with the interception on the 5. Hatcher trying to throw that same inside pass, gets picked off.
He wanted Carson Gagnon bad on that slant, and Lipscomb, they played it perfectly. Can't take anything away from him on that one.
We're definitely moving the ball like we said we thought we could, but turnovers are the difference in ball games. So.
No, we looked at it last week. You were talking about the numbers against North Point, and pretty much even in every statistic except turnovers, overwhelming advantage to ECS, and that's the difference in the game, and that's why you come away with a 35-14 victory. We hope turnovers don't get us against a team like Lipscomb. We do have an interception, though, so we're even there in that category. He scored it through there.
He sure did. Yeah. Nice quick hit off the left side for Lipscomb. Pick up of probably 6. 2nd down and 4. Boy, nice little quick hit up the middle. It gets nowhere. We'll stuff him. Nice play, Hill. Looks like we've got Epperson now in at cornerback off the right side. Once again, kind of keep changing up that defense.
But that's how you want to play the wing T. Just stuff it and don't allow them any room to breathe.
Great tackle last play by Tyler Giles. Just kind of stuffed that in, did not let him get around him. Big 3rd down. Incomplete pass. Austin Hill loves that play as you kind of skirted around his man. He was there. He was going to get him, I believe.
Do you remember how we read the BGA play?
Oh, my word.
It was, I think they have film on that.
Yes.
So I hope they decided that they needed to block Austin Hill, but he almost got it.
That's the same play. I don't know why they would want to go at Austin Hill. He's such a good student of the game.
Division II AA West Region Defensive Player of the Year.
So nice hold by the Eagles. Dawson Williams on the Lipscomb 40-yard line. 42-yard line, ready for the return. Nice punt. We'll fair catch that. At the 44-yard line, that'll be the end of the first quarter. It went by fast. We'll flip the ends. Your Eagles on top 3-0. What's your assessment of the first quarter?
Well, I think Coach Rodriguez has got to tell his guys, we got to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're getting down in the red zone and just knocking on the door, shore up a few misses, and that's going to be the difference in the game. But obviously, the offense is potent. The game plan that they've drafted for this is working. You just got to be able to punch it in when you get that close to scoring.
I'm sure it's easy to know what the score could be,
Yeah,
and then try to press a little bit here, try to go to things that you don't need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Coach Rodriguez does a great job just sticking with the game plan. Let's do what brought us here. So I expect a lot of heavy run. 44 yards to the end zone. Let's see what he dials up.
Well, touching on that, he does do a great job keeping not only his guys composed, but himself. You know, there are those moments where you can panic and then try to overmanage, and he just lets his guys play, and we saw that in the previous week, certainly against North Point. When you have that slow start, you could have easily panicked and started trying to force things. He didn't. Stuck with the game plan and made that slight adjustment of, hey, we're going to start running power football, run it up the gut. And, again, just some near misses here in this game, and that's been the difference. But no reason to abandon the game plan entering the second quarter.
That's right. Now, he has been known on a 1st and 10 to try take a shot at the end zone. So you'll see the top of the screen, Dawson Williams, man-to-man coverage. So if he sees that, I've got to think, all right, Lipscomb's going to get a timeout. They did not like that.
They've been studying some film.
Yes. Now,
or they've patched into the broadcast and they heard Clayton Floriani going, wait a minute.
Well,
here it comes.
What I know is that Coach Rodriguez calls certain formations to then get Lipscomb off balance or in a certain formation like that. He had us set up so they would go man-to-man on Dawson.
Yep.
And so I would expect him to probably play action right there. So we'll see if he sticks with that. Lipscomb obviously is going to make an adjustment.
No, that was ended up being a score for us last week.
Yep.
And actually the first time they tried it, they missed. They missed on the play action, went back to it later in the second half, and nailed it. Was right on cue, connection to Dawson Williams.
Got a nice crowd on hand tonight. We mentioned it was a little cool, high in the, in the high 40s. So what the low is. So here we go. Williams once again at the top, man-to-man coverage. Do have a safety kind of leaked over to his side. We'll bring Gagnon in motion, get that safety out of the way. Rosenberger, pretty methodical, loses the football. So that'll be the second turnover for the Eagles.
Yep.
Kind of turnover plague this first half. We'll kind of ask that defensive unit to take care of us once more.
They've done a great job so far, but yeah, that is tough when you're sent right back out onto the field. I'm looking at Cameron Rosenberger on the sideline, upset with himself after that one. And to his credit, he's one of the last guys you'd think would fumble the ball. You usually so protective of the ball, does a great job there, and that was just one they got away.
Be 1st and 10 for Lipscomb on their own 37. Boy, jet
Great
sweep.
read.
Boy, he is just gobbled up. Josh Kroll once again playing some standout football.
There was nothing there for the Lipscomb back.
Boy, he has been fantastic these last several weeks.
Daniel Green, number 20 for Lipscomb at the bottom of your screen. They like to go deep, although Peter Nern won the first battle.
Nice throw and catch. Nern with a nice tackle. Push him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. They'll probably spot it. Nice throw and catch.
It's almost like the defense We'll let you have that.
Yeah.
We'll let you have that one, but you're not going to get over the top on us. You look at the fundamentals, though. The great form tackle by Peter Nern to get in front of him and force him out of bounds. Not let him move up the field anymore on that one-on-one situation.
Nice to have him back the next couple of years, being only a sophomore.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go with another quick hit.
Hartsuff got in there quick.
Yeah, he will not get it. Austin Hill getting up from that pile. Evan Lockhart sticking his nose in. Saunders, number 6, getting in there, just a whole host. 3rd and a long one. 4th down and 1, sorry. All right, I'll look for a quick hit. Fullback.
Wonder if he's going to punt.
Shotgun formation.
Trying to draw our guys off sides, obviously.
They may do something quick on the bottom of the screen. Nern's got quite a big cushion. Now there they went. They tried to draw us off. Nice job of that defensive front. Kroll, Hartsuff, Ashmore all stayed put. Great discipline. That'll be a timeout for the Mustangs.
But that scenario came up in the game last week. North Point was able to draw us offside, so you see the lesson learned, and the defensive line stayed at home. Great discipline. But credit to the defense right now. I mean, they knew what to expect. You were talking about the jet sweep, and this wing T offense is going to have a lot of speed and try to exploit that. And the defense has bottled it up really well, and following another unfortunate turnover, stepped up and making a crucial stop. Now we'll see what happens on 4th and 1 here, but getting to 4th down.
We'd like to thank Sean Wilkins, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Thanks for that timeout with State Farm. And Sean Wilkins, had a great interview with him last week at North Point. So Lipscomb's going to drop back and get in punt formation. We're going to bring Gagnon back to receive. See if we get some type of trickery. It'll be a rugby punt. Great punt. That's going to get down to the 10-yard line. Can't do any better than that. So nice hold once again by the Eagle defense. 9:32 to go. ECS up 3-0.
Well, we started at the 4-yard line on our second possession where we managed to drive down the field and get inside the 10. It unfortunately resulted in an interception, but we've shown that we've been able to drive at the length of the field and stick with your guns. Let's see what ECS offense comes out with on this possession.
We get Rosenberger, your fullback, McMeans tailback. Boy, nice penetration by Lipscomb. Just couldn't quite get our head around on the correct side of the block that time. Second down and 10, 9:08 to go in this second quarter. Hatcher, your quarterback. We still got Ellis, Giles, Tingley, Hudson Steele, and Pennington. Rosenberger, your fullback. Williams in motion. Quick sweep. Nice block. Breaks one tackle. See if we can hold on to that football. That gets us out of the end zone, Brandon. Still going to be quite a few yards left on third down.
It's good to see them identify creative ways to get the ball in the hands of number 4, and that was another way to do it. Because he can be dangerous. Dawson Williams can certainly be dangerous.
Third down and 6. you know, most of the night we've had a great first down. This was the first series where we kind of got backed up, and now we've had that second and long. Boy, Hatcher look for Williams. Lipscomb intercepts the ball down to the 2-yard line.
That's a touchdown.
I got a touchdown? Sorry about that. Missed it.
Yeah, that was wishful thinking, but the pick 6 from Lipscomb. And again, unfortunately, that's the second interception Hatcher's thrown. He really wanted, you can tell on these passes, he's really wanting those plays.
Well, he got a lot of pressure from up front. Had to get rid of the ball sooner than he wanted to. I thought Williams would come down with it, but I'm not sure if he wasn't ready for it yet.
Just a little off target.
Yeah, threw it a little bit behind him. He just had to get rid of it too fast.
Credit where credit's due.
That's right.
Good heads-up play.
I mean, 3 turnovers in 17 minutes. We've had three turnovers, 2 picks and a fumble.
And that's uncharacteristic ECS football.
It really is.
That's why you're 8-2, and you've been as competitive as the Eagles have been all year long. So this is certainly a gut check time, and I'd be interested to know what Coach Rodriguez is saying to his guys right now. Certainly getting them to calm down, stay focused, and as we're discussing, not panicking despite the circumstances right now. At the end of the day, it was 7-3, and then this is an opportunity the offense is going to get the ball back.
It is. After 3 turnovers, it's only 7-3. So see if we can't turn this around. $7:43 to go in this second quarter. Gagnon and Williams will be deep. Gagnon had that great return to start the game off. This is going to go to Williams. He'll catch it on his 3. Got a wall set up on the left side. He'll get that out to the 35-yard line where the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
It's time to see what they come out with here. Again, they've had success. I mean, there's no getting around. They've had success certainly with the running game and even that quick screen game, trying to get the ball out on the perimeter, but just a failure to finish drives.
That's right. Just uncharacteristic turnovers, and that's kind of biting us right now. All right, we're going to get McMeans at tailback, Rosenberger the fullback, Williams, Gagnon split out right. Quick hit by McMeans up the middle. He'll pick up 5.
I think that was a face mask. We'll see what the call is, but it looked like the defender jerked McMeans. I saw his head rear back to the right when he was coming down.
That's what it's going to be. 15-yard penalty. Wow. Great break for the Eagles. Got to put the ball on the 44-yard line of Lipscomb. 1st and 10.
Pardon me. Worth noting, Coach Rodriguez keeping Jacob Hatcher in the game, allowing him to work himself out of this. I mean, he's had 2 unfortunate interceptions, and he's going to stick with him and allow him to come back.
Play action pass, Austin Hill. Boy, look for Rosenberger. Hill was wide open.
0 for 2 on that.
Yeah.
First with Welch and Lockhart, and unfortunately that as well.
Well, we just looks like we just need to settle down a little bit, doesn't it? Just a little too high.
Playoff football. It is playoff football. There's a different
sense
about the game, and certainly stakes are higher.
I mean, Austin Hill was just wide open. But you know, you're get dialed into one guy. So let's settle down, and that's 2nd down and 10. McMeans, boy, great move to the line of scrimmage to get outside, still on his feet. He'll pick up 8. Bring up third down and a long 2. We're going to bring Bowden in, the fullback. Once again, great to have Bowden back in action this week. Going to bring in 2 tight ends, Kroll and Hill.
You know, much of ECS's training and identity, certainly in the off-season approaching this year, has just been being physical. That's one thing Coach Rodriguez wanted to instill in these guys, so this is that situation. Don't be surprised to see a quarterback sneak. He loves that, too.
Boy, sure is. Well, that was a long sneak, and he's still on his feet. That's a 5-yard, 6-yard gain.
Coach Rodriguez shared that it's the most underrated play in football is the quarterback sneak, and we were talking about this before the game. He used to be the defensive coordinator at Ensworth in Nashville, and that would be the play he hated to prepare for the most because it's hard to stop.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
It's a tough, and you look at the results there. We've run that several times in short yardage situations to score touchdowns, get first downs, and we saw it again there.
Williams, Gagnon, bottom of your screen. Bowden, your fullback. McMeans, the tailback. Wow, what a great block by Alan Bowden to spring McMeans on the left sideline. He may go. Matthew McMeans from 30 yards out on the score.
Now you see what happens when you have good footing. That's the type of cuts Matthew McMeans can make, and he does not need much space. He does not need much daylight to shoot through that hole.
Great blocking by that front 6. Bowden just waylaid the linebacker.
I'd say Bowden's knees doing pretty well. Let's see how he does on the extra point, though. Filling in at place kicker tonight.
Right down the middle. 2 for 2, Alan Bowden.
You see Coach Rodriguez on the sideline clapping it up for his guys, saying that's ECS football. That's who we are. Stay settled down, and let's just stay the course.
Thank you to Stiles Law Firm for that Matthew McMeans touchdown from 30 yards out. McMeans probably pushing 100 yards on the night at this point. Had that long 50-yard run in the first quarter, and has been knocking 20, 30 yards out. That one, of course, from 30.
2 carries alone, you look like 80 yards on those 2 plays by themselves.
So 5:35 to go in this second quarter. Your Eagles get back on top by 3, 10-7.
Looks like Alan Bowden will again be handling the kickoff in the absence of Chandler Karn.
Thank you to Bank 3, Scott House, Strategic Financial Partners. Also, thank you to Darren Wilkes.
And I'll go ahead and thank Pediatric Dental Group of Clayton Floriani because you don't want to thank yourself.
Yeah,
it's just
really
awkward.
Don't. Little squib kick. Peter Nern is going to wrestle him down. Will Arthur also in on the tackle, number 16.
Defense makes their way back out on the field. There is a touchdown on the scoreboard for Lipscomb, but it didn't come at the hands of the defense. It was an unfortunate pick 6. So this defense still holding firm, holding steady, having a great game, and they've snuffed out this wing T attack from Lipscomb so far halfway through the second quarter.
We're kind of wondering what the punting situation would be tonight. Well, we haven't punted yet. So
we're halfway interested. We don't want to punt.
We don't want to
punt, but I am interested in seeing how Max Pleben plays, the rugby-style kicker, ECS soccer player as well.
Boy, nice play by Austin Hill, that outside linebacker position. You're not going to hardly beat Austin Hill one-on-one. It's just not going to happen.
No.
Second down and 10, probably a passing situation for Lipscomb. 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. They're going to split out wide to both sides. We'll keep an eye on Justin Hughes for Lipscomb at the bottom of the screen. Carson Gagnon, number 9. Nice throw and catch. Could not quite hang on to it. A little bit high.
Looked like Preston Daniel was there, too, to maybe help break that up.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. First time Killebrew's been a little bit off tonight. Still a catchable ball, just a little bit high. All right, we'll see if Coach Rod's going to bring pressure. Coach Trey Adams, of course, the linebacker coach. Coach Vogel, we'll see what they dial up on defense.
Yeah, they don't blitz a lot.
They're getting rid of the ball so quickly,
yeah.
I'm not sure it would do a whole lot. They're going to roll out. That's going to be well out of bounds.
Clean hit by Hartsuff on the quarterback. Josh Hartsuff putting some great pressure on Killebrew, making him get rid of it, and to a great result. And that's going to now be 4th down.
Sure was. Great play by that front 3, especially Hartsuff.
Looks like Lockhart did blitz in, or pardon me, Ethan Sanders.
So 4th down, punting situation for Lipscomb. Dawson Williams back on his 33-yard line. Looks like we may go after this punt. Kind of a wobbly punt, hard to pick up. That'll roll dead at the 29-yard line. Your Eagles will take over on offense. 4:24 to go in this second period of play. Jacob Hatcher, your quarterback, once again, number 2. Rosenberg and McMeans. Boy, nice 3-yard, 4-yard pickup by McMeans. He always makes the first guy miss.
Yep.
He's just so dangerous laterally.
But once he steps on the gas to go upfield,
so
his
fast.
acceleration.
Yeah, he is. He's fast.
Looks like there's an injured player for Lipscomb.
We got an injured player. Timeout.
Gives the ECS Eagles an opportunity to game plan as they anticipate 2nd down with 4 minutes left in the second half. And one thing they've always done well, they've proved consistent closing out a half. They always look for that opportunity. I mean, of course, they're always looking for opportunities to score, but they really want to be able to go into the locker room on a positive note.
Yeah, absolutely. Minus any turnovers, you'd hope to get up 17-7 at the most. Coach Rodriguez getting a little bit of time here. We'll kind of pan down, maybe see what he's telling his guys. Great opportunity to talk about this last drive.
Looks like the Lipscomb player, he's up on his feet, making his way to the sideline unaided, so he seems to be all right. Good news for everyone there. Plenty of time on the clock. I mean, no need to force passes. Stick with your game plan with 4 minutes left in the
Why don't
we'll
give maybe a really quick rundown. We might only get half of those cheerleaders, Brandon.
Well, let's go for it. Let's see what we can do. At least we'll get to it.
Tiara
Allen,
go ahead.
Campbell, Butcher, Kerrigan Childress, Claire Colley, Savannah Combs, Lane Dawson, Mia Floriani, Gabby Genero, and we'll finish the rest of the list momentarily.
McMeans Rosenberger. McMeans once again off the left side, gets to the outside. Picks up probably 3. Nice tackle by Lipscomb to wrap him up. 3rd down and probably, we'll call it 5 to go.
We'll pick up with Holly Huffman, Taylor Huffman, Ashland Kimmler, Kate Learned, Celie Ozier, Mary Virginia Rowland, Reagan Shackelford, Lauren Stevens, Evelyn Vander Zwag, Addison Whitehorn, and cheer sponsor coaches Melissa Ammons and Ashley Colley.
Great. Those same cheerleaders will be in the gym tonight for Eagle Madness. I know they've been working on some routines, so come out and check them out and thank them for what they do for the football team and basketball team.
Maybe time for a quick screen here, pick up some yards. Going to go up the middle instead.
Great running by McMeans. Dodged the first couple tacklers, got the first down to the 40-yard line. .250 and counting.
No need to do hurry-up offense. Clock's still on your side at the moment.
3 timeouts in his pocket, so Coach Rod's got plenty of time. 1st and 10. Rosenberger picks up probably 2. .220 to go in this second quarter and ticking. We're going to get McMeans back in the ball game.
Clock ticking again.
Yeah. Williams, Gagnon, top of your screen. Stretch play left, McMeans got a hole, breaks free, cuts it back, still on his feet, down to the 35-yard line.
Well over the 25 mark now.
25-yard run by McMeans.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a quick hit.
And that stretch play attacking the perimeter of the defense. Part of the game plan, that's a weakness of Lipscomb's in trying to read where they're adjusting their defensive look to balance the ECS offense, and they're just been able to exploit and attack that.
Alan Bowden, your fullback now. McMeans still in at tailback. Quick pass to Williams. It was so played so tightly, Gagnon couldn't get on his man to get the block.
Start using timeouts now.
Yeah, there we go. 1:20 to go. I'll tell you, when we look back at McMeans, those first games that he had to fill in for Rosenberger, and now seeing him, it's amazing the amount of improvement.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, gosh, he's a durable guy. He said, of course, he's over 100 yards already tonight, and he's just getting stronger as this game goes, it seems.
Absolutely. Well, that's one thing that's been impressive about him, his motor. He doesn't slow down, and he's one of those running backs that's able to actually – the defense is slowing down and getting tired, and he's able to capitalize on that. He gets stronger as the game goes. And given his stature, you wouldn't expect that with a guy like his size, but he keeps moving. He keeps moving.
Just a lot of lateral movement. We always say that, but just great vision.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but he's also not absorbing the big shot.
Yeah, that's right.
He's always avoiding the big shot with that running style.
So bring up 2nd down and 10.
We hope to have a lot of season left in 2018, but can't help but look at the roster. Looking forward to next year, you talked about Peter Nern.
Yep.
He's just a sophomore. Matthew McMean's just a junior. So the guys that are going to be returning, Jacob Hatcher, a sophomore.
Gagnon, Williams, top of your screen. Bowden, fullback. Rosenberger, the tailback. Rosenberger just gets to the outside. Picks up probably 5 to the 30-yard line. 112 and counting.
That left side, Dietrich Pennington, Cody Ashmore doing a great job paving the way for Rosenberger.
2 more timeouts left.
We're now under a minute.
Yeah, we're going to see if we put the ball in the air here. We may try one more time to McMeans. Yep, McMeans off the left side. That's going to be a 1st down. Hopefully that'll stop the clock. .36 seconds to go. That'll be a timeout. Coach Rodriguez, 30 seconds to go. Could not quite get the officials' attention to give us that timeout. Everyone in the stands was hollering for it. My man Joseph Nafee was hollering for it. I mean, we've basically had to run in front of his face to give us the timeout. We need you on the sidelines, Nafee, you and Crisco. We're going to get Brandon Artilli is going to head down and get a little halftime talk from Coach Rodriguez before he heads into the halftime locker room. Your Eagles are on top, 10-7, 30 seconds to go. Got one timeout left. We're not even going to huddle. We're going to put Williams at the bottom of your screen. Gagnon, number 9. Inside receiver.
ECS.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Hatcher under center. Play action pass. Gagnon wide open. Just out of his hands. Wow, boy, almost brought that in. That was 6 points. A little bit high. Should have brought it in. We'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Brandon, he had him open. Just great throw by Hatcher. Threw it quickly. Just could not bring it in by Gagnon.
Yeah, the play was right there. Exactly what they were looking for, and unfortunately just not able to make that connection. I'm right next to Gagnon on the sideline, very upset with himself, not being able to reel that one in. Very, very upset.
All right, we'll go Twins once again. The right side, Epperson, Williams. 25 seconds to go. Hatcher's in the shotgun. Going to set up deep in the pocket. Actually going to run to the right side. Nice cutback. He'll pick up probably 5 on the play. We'll get one more timeout. 16 seconds to go. See if we can't get 2 more shots to the end zone.
Third down and 4. We've got a timeout. How about the Eagles? That's their 3rd and final of the first half.
Well, Brandon, we definitely have to go to the air. No doubt about it. I mean, a 1st down really doesn't do us any good. Only a touchdown.
They are rallying the field goal team. They want the field goal team to be ready just in case something misses. They want to get them out on the field quickly.
Here we go. Epperson, bottom of your screen. Gagnon and Williams up top. Preston Daniel, tight end seam route. Great play. Carson Gagnon on the touchdown. Takes it away from Lipscomb. What a catch. Goes up on top. Brings it in. 25-yard pass play by Hatcher to Gagnon.
Can't help but feel Gagnon wanted to redeem himself after that near miss over there, that drop just a few minutes ago, and now he's able to get a touchdown.
Tell you what, he wanted to go the hard way, no doubt about it. Great pass by Hatcher. Gagnon basically went up and took it away. Alan Bowden, 3 for 3 on the night, looking great at kicker. Oh, man, proud of Alan Bowden. Well, 11 seconds to go. That's going to put your Eagles up 17-7. That is a James Stiles touchdown. Thank you to James Stiles for supporting this live stream once again. Alumni of ECS. For all of your attorney needs, anything from personal to as far as buying a house, anything that would involve your family from your young married days to your old married days. James Stiles is there for you. Give him a call.
What if you're in your, like, middle married days? That's kind of where I am at.
Yeah. I guess.
Does it work then?
I think it does.
All right. That's good to know.
Usually those middle times you're thinking, man, I'm trying to scrape up as much money as I can to buy cars for kids, and you hope you got everything situated by then.
Oh, praise God, I'm not there yet. I won't have a driver for a few years yet.
Little squib kick by Bowden down to the 35-yard line. Lipscomb kind of getting up, getting a little scrappy. You can kind of tell they're behind, a little frustrated. They're still in this ball game, no doubt about it. 7 seconds left to go. Brandon, what's the feel on the sideline now after that score? Obviously a little bit change in attitude after those turnovers.
There's a bounce to their step on the sideline, so the Eagles feel like, we've seen this happen in previous games where that momentum kind of shifts, and you see where they have found their footing and found what they do well, and they need that spark, and it seems that spark has been lit now, so they're fired up.
We'll see if Lipscomb is content to run the half out or if they're going to put the ball up in the air. They're going to go deep. Great play by Nern, and Gagnon just couldn't quite go for the pick. But 2.5 seconds left to go. Not going to have a halftime show tonight. That's usually sponsored by Pediatric Dental Group. Most of our staff, football, basketball, we would get them in, but they're going to be over in Eagle Madness, so they'll be tied up. One last play for Lipscomb. Fumble on the play. Eagles recover, but no time left on the clock. We're going to go down to the sideline here to have a quick chat with Coach Rodriguez.
It was interesting. Jacob Hatcher was ready to run out on the field, hoping to get one more offensive play in. I think the offense was fired up. They're obviously feeling like the momentum has shifted. Waiting on Coach Rodriguez to come in here. Coach Rod, can we have a moment? Hey, okay, just tell me, took a little while to find your footing there. How good was it to punctuate that last drive with a score?
It was great. We really drove the ball every single time we had it. We just made some errors. Anyway, it's a credit to them. They did a nice job on a couple of plays, and we just got to stay after it and keep being physical.
What's the message to your team in the locker room?
Get after it. 0-0.
We got it. Coach Rod firing his guys up. We just see him from the sideline, not telling his guys, don't panic, stay composed, don't allow yourself to be overcome by some of those struggles that they were having. Of course, 3 turnovers, you can't overlook that. 2 interceptions, and so that and a fumble, an unfortunate fumble. So you can just see that was the message on the sideline consistently through this game. Don't panic, stay the course, and now we see the results. I mean, there were some plays left on the field, 17-7. You could argue that maybe it should be a little bit of a score, but no. ECS has the momentum going into the locker room and is primed to come out in the second half. If they're able to continue this, then they're going to be in a good situation to close this game out with a win, but a lot of football left to play.
No doubt. Thank you, Brandon. You're right. We left 2 scores on the field, the very first drive, and then that one pick across the middle from Hatcher. But we were able to come back, rebound. We bounced back. Eagles are up on top 17-7 to go into halftime. Next week, I'll tell you a couple things on the horizon that we do have, some announcements. The Fantastics, Lyndon Jones, our theater department, we'll be putting that show on. That's next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I believe. It may be Thursday, I'm not sure, but I know it's Friday and Saturday. Our girls and boys cross-country teams, they're going to be running in the state meet tomorrow in Nashville. If you need some help planning your Thanksgiving and Christmas menus, it's not too late to get your ham for Thanksgiving and then also Freeze You One for Christmas, and you can ask any varsity baseball player or Coach Duke Williams for that. That's a fundraiser. $45 for a 10 to 12 pound ham. If you need a dessert for Christmas, the varsity cheerleaders and basketball girls are selling West Side barbecue cakes from New Albany, Mississippi, $35 to $45, depending on the flavor you choose. Of course, Eagle Madness, we've already mentioned that tonight. Approximate start time, 9:40. $5 entry fee, or wear a pair of funky socks sold by the basketball team. So that's what you're going to purchase, a pair of $5 socks. That's kind of your entry. We'll have pizza.
I said wacky. Pardon me, I said wacky socks earlier, so they're funky socks.
Well,
then there's a difference. There's a difference between wacky and funky, so I think I need to acknowledge
they
that.
have some choices, no doubt about it. So come meet your middle school basketball teams tonight. Come meet your varsity cheerleaders. Come meet your varsity girls and boys basketball teams. And then we're also going to have a special alumni game going on tonight. Of course, I mentioned the Fantastics. That's the 8th, 9th, and 10th. So I was correct. That is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. So a lot of happening around the school. Of course, tomorrow the state cross-country meet. Good luck to those guys. Davis Rangi, one of the best in the city. So hopefully he's going to pull our ECS squad and get a couple of nice high-place finishes.
Trying to look for a score now. See Lausanne and Goodpasture. So that's one thing that we're efforting up here in the booth, because the winner of this game will most likely go on to play Lausanne in round 2, unless Goodpasture out of Nashville can pull the unthinkable. It'll be interesting to see. But Lausanne, certainly the powerhouse. One player in particular moving on to the D1 level. He'll be playing with University of Michigan. We're talking about Eric Gray. But two-time defending state champs, and ECS gave him a heck of a fight earlier in the year. 42-34 was the final score, 8-point difference. But we have our work cut out for us certainly tonight against Lipscomb Academy. And Lipscomb came to play.
They did. I mean, they're not backing down. I think they may be surprised that they're in this game. But it just shows you turnovers in a ball game. It kind of erases your record. It erases what you've done this far. It can change a game quickly, and we're noticing that. I think this second half, like Coach Rod said, it's a 0-0, and he wants to see his guys put some points on the board. Let's pull away and get this. Let's quit messing around with this. So, Brent, I'm going to bow out for just a minute. I'll be right back, and when I come back, I want to discuss wrestling.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for, all right?
I'll
all right,
take
I'll be back in a
advantage
minute.
of the platform.
All right.
We fired back up.
I believe we are. I think we're up and at 'em.
Getting ready for the
hope so,
second
anyway.
half. Real quick, just want to jump in with the score. We're keeping an eye on that Lausanne game. Lausanne taking on Good Pasture out of Nashville. And right now, as it sits, it is 41-14. The Lynx with a big lead. Not even halftime yet in that game. So, of course, that's being played at Lausanne. They've secured home field advantage throughout the playoffs as the #1 overall seed in this side of the bracket. So Lausanne right now doing what you about expected them to do to Good Pasture.
I'm really interested to see what that St. George's Harding game is. It's kind of going to be an interesting matchup. St. George's has a couple guys that are hurt that aren't playing, so we'll see if we can look that up. While you're looking it up, tell us a little bit about wrestling. And I know you had 16 young Eagles out there this week.
Oh, they are beasts. We got a great group, and nearly doubled from week 1 to week 2. And I'm appreciating this weekly update here on the live stream for the football game. But yeah, week 1 we had 10 guys out there, and word spread. And then by week 2, which we had our practice on Tuesday, we had 16 guys out there. Kindergarten through 5th grade, and it's good. I love the idea that those guys get to share space with one another. That, you know, as a kid, I have a senior kindergartner, and he's able to practice alongside his brother, who's a 5th grader. So just to have that kind of camaraderie and those kids that look up to those 5th graders. So we had 16 guys, and we're right on schedule. We have our first competition opportunity on November 10th at Christian Brothers, and I'm fired up to just see how those guys go out and do.
That's great.
Put to work what we've been teaching.
Well, good. As you look up those scores, I'm going to try to run down some stats here real quickly for that first half. Hang on just a minute.
We do not need a statistician to know that Matthew McMeans is well over 100 yards rushing on the day. He's had 3 carries you can just call off the top of your head, a run of about 30, a run of about, which was a touchdown, a 50-yarder, and then a 25-yarder. So as we get the actual stats on that, we are going to continue to look up for scores. Again, it's 41-14 between Lausanne. We have our eye on that playoff game and that Division II AA playoff showdown between Lausanne and Good Pasture out of Nashville. Of course, we want to know what's going on between St. George's and Harding, some implications there. The winner of that game would most likely go on to play CPA. We want to also check the score for Christ Presbyterian Academy out of Nashville. They're the #2 seed in this side of the bracket, a powerhouse out of Nashville. So they are going to be the most likely next opponent for the winner between St. George's and Harding. But Lausanne right now a decisive lead over Good Pasture, 41-14 as they head into halftime. We're now getting ready for the second half here at Legends Field. ECS had their bumps in the first half. Hardy Buck, wide receivers coach, coming back up through the press box, heading to where he calls the game, said it's the name of the game, protecting the football, was decrying the turnover troubles that ECS was having in the first half. Of course, 3 unfortunate turnovers for ECS. But at the end of the day, and at the end of the half, literally, they were able to punctuate all the struggles of half number 1 with a touchdown. Carson Gagnon made a great catch in the end zone. And now we start the second half. Squib kick from Alan Bowden. It's going to be picked up by Lipscomb. One thing to look at in this game that you can't, it's like the little things, and even though we've made some mistakes, the contribution of a guy like Alan Bowden coming out, stepping in for Chandler Karn, and that's a tough assignment. As successful and as effective Karn has been, Bowden's come in, he's made a field goal, and that's been crucial, and he's made 2 extra points.
Lipscomb's going to start this second half. Ball on the 36-yard line after that kickoff. Carter Gibson, number 21, nice tackle. We'll see what kind of adjustments Lipscomb has made at the half. Boy, Austin Hill just blew that play up. Wow. He slowed him down so much we got a whole host of I mean, he just blew through the fullback, allowed Kroll and those guys to get over to him to make the tackle. That's why he's the Defensive Player of the Year. Only a junior. That'll back up, wow, almost 8 yards, 2nd down and probably 18.
Well, we've made a deal of the turnovers on the offensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball has been stout.
No doubt about it. Quick pass, a little high. Oh, Peter Nern almost in position to make another interception. Austin Hill had him covered underneath. Nern had him over the top. 3rd and long, 18 to go. We'll see if Lipscomb will settle just for a quick draw up the middle. Punt this ball away if they'll try to get something in the air. We're kind of getting that same package we started the game off. Joseph Willich kind of playing a hybrid outside linebacker, number 10. We're going to back out, get ready for the pass. Austin Hill come in for a blitz. Boy, jet sweep almost eats it up. We'll see where he goes out of bounds. I'll tell you what, almost a 1st down.
He was right in the grasp of Austin Hill as he came crashing in. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get his paw on him.
Yeah, Hill went through about 3 people.
Yeah.
All right, 4th and 1.
Sprung by a good block by
did.
Green of Lipscomb there, the wide receiver.
He just kind of collapses down.
Mm-hmm. Tried to draw us offsides earlier on a 4th and 1. Let's see if they go that direction or if they actually try to punch it up the gut.
Boy, I don't know if he's gonna get the mark.
I don't know.
If they go by this spot, they're gonna have to measure that for sure. I don't believe he got it.
Josh Kroll seems pretty adamant that they are short of the 1st down.
They're gonna measure. That's the old left foot versus right foot spot. Boy, if we get out of this, that's going to be a great defensive stand, giving the Eagles the ball on our own 46-yard, on the Lipscomb 46-yard line.
Bringing out the chain game.
I don't think he's got it. From looking from right here, it looks like it's going to be a couple of links short. Tell you what, if we had you on the sideline, Brandon.
I know. I'd be able to just eyeball it. I'd just go out there.
He got it.
They gave it to him.
He did, yeah. They sure did. That's going to breathe a little new life for Lipscomb with 10:50 to go in this 3rd quarter, this opening drive.
But no need for the ECS defense to panic. They've been playing great all night. Regroup. New set of downs, and look for the stop.
I do look for Lipscomb to put the ball in the air. We'll see if Killebrew, number 12, goes back up top to the air. Quick hit. Got a hold, looks like, on Lipscomb. They basically tackled Josh Hartsoff. Yeah, they tackled him. All right, that'll back them up 10. Those holding calls are so critical in a game. So advantage ECS.
But Coach Todd doing a great job coaching those defensive linemen. It's been effective all year long. You know, sometimes just going 3 down, and the amount of pressure that they're able to put on and put on backfields is intense.
They call that a personal foul, Brandon, not a hold. So they backed him up 15. I mean, back almost to the original line of scrimmage on the kickoff. So 1st down, and we're looking at 24. I didn't really see the penalty. None of our guys got up swinging.
Yeah,
No one got up too terribly upset. So I don't know if could have been a chop block, maybe something like that at the line of scrimmage. Giles, Hartsuff, Kroll at front three. Preston Daniel, Austin Hill. Oh, almost a great play by Gagnon. Lays out for the interception.
Great pressure. We're just talking about that front three. Josh Hartsuff right there, extending an arm, getting in Killebrew's face. And you see the result it had on the pass he threw, just way off target. Carson Gagnon even had a shot at it.
Well, we did. Nice play by Kroll, kind of coming off that backside. 3 technique. Second down and 24. Nern, your cornerback. Gagnon, Everson, safeties. And then, of course, Welch playing that hybrid corner outside linebacker. Boy, nice play by Preston Daniel. Evan Lockhart shedding those blocks, making the tackle. That'll be almost maybe a gain of 1 or not even a gain at all. We got a flag on the play. You look for a hold.
But great gang tackling there from
Absolutely.
ECS, all over the ball carrier. And more guys right there to come in and clean it up.
That's going to be a hold on Lipscomb, back him up 10. So that'll bring up second down and 34. Lockhart, Saunders, middle linebackers having a great game tonight. Of course, Hill, outside linebacker, that strong side Mike linebacker, and Preston Daniel on the tackle there, that weak side Sam linebacker. Draw up the middle. Nice play by Saunders, wrapping him up. Giles piled on top. Hill piled on top. Lockhart came over. But nice play by Saunders to stop that momentum. We declined that holding call. Instead of going second down and 34, we kept it at third down. We took the down instead of the distance.
And good call. You saw what we were able to do on that play, and now it's fourth.
Fourth down, Williams back, 9 minutes to play this third quarter. See if Williams can get a return. He's had a fair catch or let most drop throughout the night. They have a little rugby-style kicker, so that's kind of off the side of his foot. That looks like we'll take over probably at the 40. Wow, not sure. Okay, here he goes, backing it up to the 40-yard line right there. Perfect. Perfect spot by the referee. So just inside the Eagle territory, we're heading south. We're going to start this first series like we started the first series of the first half, Brandon.
Yeah.
Welch at quarterback.
Again, we've moved the ball effectively, just haven't been able to close out drives. Can't imagine too much is going to change here in the game plan.
Handoff McMeans, shifty at the line of scrimmage, gets outside. A lot of room to run. Nice block by Williams. Down to the 40-yard line. 20-yard pickup by McMeans. Boy, he's quick at that line of scrimmage.
Like we know Dawson Williams, he makes the region first team, all region first team because of the highlights, because of the plays he makes. But it's little things like that, his blocking down the field. And that's why guys like McMeans and Rosenberger, they're able to spring for big runs.
Absolutely. That play was designed to go to the other side of the field. We'll talk about that in one moment here. Spread play to the right. McMeans looking for a hole. Finds a crease. Picks up 6.
Great lead block by Rosenberger there in the fullback position.
Last play designed to go to the left. So Williams in his head's thinking, hey, I'm kind of a backside block. Doesn't really matter here. But yet McMeans springs it to the right. And now all of a sudden his blocks matter. He's hustling, gets a great block. So even when he knows it's not coming to his side, it did.
Heads-up play.
Rosenberger still in at fullback. McMeans tailback. Williams, Gagnon up top. Boy, quick hit up the middle. Rosenberger, he'll pick up 5. Caught Lipscomb in a blitz and were able to break free up the middle. All right, we're going to flip our backs. Looks like we're going to get Bowden at fullback and get Rosenberger at tailback, give McMeans a break. Third down and short. I tell you what, that's the third time we've seen that.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be on us, though. It's the sense I got from the lines. Mannerisms, yep.
Boy, it's just so subtle.
It is. You definitely see more of the movement on the Lipscomb side of the ball.
Yeah.
But at least a second time, though, that's happened.
All right, that's going to change the play call just a little bit. Bowden, your fullback, Rosenberger, the tailback. We're going to get a blitz off the corner. Just like we drew them off sides at that time. Now we're going to back them back to the original 3rd and short. You know, that's something we don't do a whole lot. We don't change the snap count up very much, so when you do, you're going to get them. Nice play by Welch, changing that play call. All right, let's see if we go back to the quarterback sneak.
Looks like Lipscomb may be ready for it.
Nice push by the front. Definitely get a first down. That'll move the chains.
But you think about what that does mentally for your offensive line. You have that much confidence in them. You know that they feed off that.
Yeah.
They know that you have that much confidence in them to be able to push the pile backwards and just, that's a give me. That's a give me play.
All right, new set of downs. 6:18 to go in this third. Eagles up 17-7. Bowden the fullback, Rosenberger tailback. Off the right side, stretch play. Rosenberger finds the crease, picks up 5, down to the 23-yard line. It was like Rosenberger kind of rolled his ankle up on that last play. Not very happy about it, I know.
It's been a tough year for him, certainly in the injury department.
We're going to bring McMeans back in at tailback, keep Bowden at fullback. Nice play by Lipscomb. McMeans tried to bounce it as he's done most of the night, just could not break that ankle tackle.
Talking about the injuries, you know, that is something that, you know, we've dealt with our fair share this year. But as we entered the playoffs, it's almost as if we were back to full strength, minus Chandler Karn. That was a tremendous blow in the special teams aspect of the game. But you feel like you're getting back to peak health as the most important part of the season was starting. So we certainly hope there's nothing to whatever's going on with Cam now.
All right, 3rd and 7. We're going to fake. Welch pulls up. Boy, nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Had some deep routes, but just could not, didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Well, interesting here what we'll do. This is going to be 4th and long. Let's see what Coach Rodriguez is going to bring in too long for a field goal.
Yep.
All right, we're going to change quarterbacks up, looks like. We're going to bring Hatcher in.
Just kidding.
Nope, we're going to keep it in. Keep Welch. I certainly expect us to throw here. We're going to get our fullbacks out. We're going to bring in some extra receivers. Welch, of course, does mostly running, but he can certainly throw the ball. Well, shotgun
I wonder if he's
formation.
going to punt out of
Yeah.
this. Yeah, he's going to pooch it.
Just a little too much on
Yep.
it. Great play call. Not any reason to give them field position, but although that's a 10-yard switch. Lipscomb going to get the ball on the 20.
Yeah, and let the defense get back to work.
Yeah,
the
that's right.
defense has been doing a fantastic job all night. Obviously, a lot of confidence in them as of right now, so allow them to just continue to contain this Lipscomb Academy offense.
You know, we have had a few issues in the first half, but like we said, starting out this show tonight, it's playoffs. At the end of the day, it's not a, hey, what happened here? It's we got the win.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what we want. We just want to come out of here with the win.
Doesn't matter how pretty, doesn't matter how ugly. It's all about the W.
That's right.
Trap play up the middle. He gets nothing. Great play. Evan Lockhart sealing that hole. We've pretty much stymied their offense most of the night. Their points, if you were not with us, their points have come off a pick 6. They're going to go to the air. A little flare pass out of the backfield. Nice throw and catch. He'll pick up probably 8. 3rd down and short.
Lipscomb just hasn't been able to kind of get anything going and get in any rhythm of their own. So it's playing certainly a testament to how well the ECS defense is playing. Just have a grip on Lipscomb Academy right now.
They didn't quite give him as much yardage as he went. He must have stepped out.
Yeah.
So 3rd and, 6?
He had a Pete Rose slide out
He
of
did.
bounds.
Well, he did. Went into third base. We're going to get up pretty tight on him. Well, look at Epperson tracking him. Wow, nice play. Epperson knocked him down. Lockhart came over the top. That's going to come up short. 4th down and probably a long 1. Looks like the punting unit will come out a little bit too far in their own territory to go for it here.
Williams really hasn't had an opportunity to return a punt yet. Lipscomb's punter, kind of a rugby-style kicker, and just hasn't been getting any opportunities to get a good return. Of course, Williams a great playmaker in that regard, but we've been getting close to some blocks. So let's see if we get in on this one.
That's going to be a fair catch, no doubt about it. Nice catch by Williams on our own 43-yard line. I see a few umbrellas popping up. A little shower moving through the area.
We'll probably see, this will probably be my last Lausanne update unless something, incredible happens in the other direction. Lausanne right now scoring again. They're up 48-14 against Good Pasture. And looks like Lausanne's a sure bet to advance to the second round, and they would ultimately face off with the winner of this contest.
If anyone has a St. George's update, we'd love to have that. You've got my number. All right, my man Joseph Nafee says he's got me. McMeans off the left side, stretch play, cuts it back in, still on his feet, picks up 6 yards. That'll put the ball right on the 50. Hatcher in at quarterback. We got a man down for Lipscomb. We'll have a official timeout. You know what, this is not a ECS or Lipscomb timeout, but nonetheless, it is a timeout. So We're going to send a little thank you out to Sean Wilkins, State Farm Agency, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Been one of those games we have not had a lot of timeouts.
Not a lot of timeouts, not a lot of stoppages. It's we could go for a few more James Stiles Law Firm touchdowns as well.
Absolutely.
But certainly opportunity to thank all our sponsors. We appreciate, of course, Pediatric Dental Group with Clayton Floriani, Compliance Associates, Tim Wilson, Benny James, Darren Wilkes, Bank 3 with Scott House, Strategic Financial with Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones, Ortho Memphis, David Dabbs, Jen Dorman. Talking about Chandler Gagnon, of course, his brother Carson making the big touchdown catch to end the first half, getting ECS up 17-7. So a great score to close out the first half. And it was a sloppy first half. I think Coach Rodriguez even acknowledged that, but certainly enough to build on. They were able to move the ball really effectively in the first half. They just need to be able to close out some drives.
Boy, once again, offside. Let's see what we got.
Not a lot of timeouts, but a lot of flags tonight.
Boy, look, and once again,
yeah,
that's on us. I mean, I'm not seeing.
It's subtle.
Get that off the. Sorry about that. I didn't pull that off the screen.
It is very subtle, whatever that movement is.
Those advertisements were up. The Eagles were called for a encroachment penalty. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8. McMeans off the left side once again. Boy, breaks free. That'll be a 1st down just so fast. If you don't have the right angle on him, it's too late.
No. Looks like he's floating out there sometimes.
Boy, it's just so quick.
Yeah.
McMeans, a junior. Had a great season in track, long jump. I think we're going to see him on the sprint team this year, wouldn't you?
I would not be surprised if he gets – obviously has the talent there.
Yeah, they're going to call him up.
A lot of speed.
Bowden at fullback, McMeans the tailback. We're going to flip Austin Hill over to this side. Stretch play to the right. Boy, nice cut by McMeans. Wow.
Stopped on a dime.
I'm telling you, unbelievable.
Cut back, close to another 1st down.
Boy, he just stopped on a dime, shifted gears, and got into 3rd.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
We'll try to get the official stats, but it feels like he's getting close to 200.
I mean, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, Coach Bowers has those. I'm hoping she can give us a little bit of something before we go off the air tonight. We're going to tick down the end of this 3rd quarter. I'm not sure we'll get this off. Actually, we'll get one more play. 2nd down and short. Let's see if we try to go deep here.
More movement on the front. Looks like there's no penalty, though. That was all Lipscomb.
We're going to get a timeout, most likely. All right, that's going to be a State Farm timeout. We just talked about have not had many. First half, we didn't use them until the very end of the half. Try to get Lipscomb to jump. State Farm, Sean Wilkins. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Give Sean a call, 388-4944 for all your insurance, all the way from your car to life.
That's one thing Coach Rodriguez said during the Chalk Talk and Walk this week. You know, he's not afraid to call a timeout if it means that he can get his players to regroup and come up with the proper play. He's not afraid to burn them if he has to. Want to make sure they get the right matchup out there.
Brandon, 2nd down and probably 2. Do you think Coach Rye goes to the air, tries a shot in the end zone?
I'm going quarterback sneak.
Okay. Play action. Here we go. Gagnon wide open. Let's see if he goes with him. Boy, Dawson Williams right in his hands. Was able to break through free just for a minute.
I owe you something because you were right. You were right on the play call, but, yeah, Dawson had it.
Gagnon looked like he was open across the middle quick, and he tried to go for the longer pass. He'd like to probably have that one back. They're showing that one on film and like, man, let's get it quick. Gagnon ran deep. Would have been nice to see Gagnon cut that route off a little sooner. try to create some separation. So here we go. Let's see if we can get a quarterback sneak on this third down. We've got 2 downs to get the play. They're going to show blitz up front. Try to get him to jump off sides. No movement. Tell you what, Lausanne was ready for him on that one. So 4th down and short.
Credit to the Lipscomb defense.
Yeah.
They have stepped up. They've stepped up and made plays when they've had to. And we've been dominating at the line of scrimmage, but it's like to the point. There's always just where we're not.
We're not capitalizing on that big play opportunity that we've been given. So that'll do it for the third quarter. Score still 17-7. No one scored. Eagles knocking a couple times but could not come away with any points. Kind of the same spot we were last time here. Last time we chose to do a pooch punt. Now we've got Hatcher in the game at quarterback. We'll see if we go with something a little more down the field, a little more vertical.
Defense, the ECS defense earning it tonight, though.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Stepping up, making great plays, not allowing any space for the Lipscomb offense to operate.
Doesn't matter really what league you're playing, whether it's elementary up to professional. Everyone says your defense is what wins championships. Because some nights you just don't have it offensively for the big plays like tonight. We've been there, just couldn't quite get the easy ones.
Well, that's part of the culture that Coach Rodriguez brought in. If you look at probably the 2 of those elements being discipline.
Yeah.
And you can see that this defense plays disciplined football and physicality.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to hit. They're not afraid to be physical, and they're a very tough bunch. And they rise to the occasion.
We're going to call it 4th down and 3. All right, we're going to bring in a little bit different package. Austin Hill, now number 5, in at fullback. A little bit bigger bodied. McMeans at tailback. Boy, quick hit. Oh, nice spin move by Austin Hill. Still on his feet, moving, rumbling to the 25-yard line. Woo!
That's
Tell
right.
you what.
Region Defensive Player of the Year. You can tell he's excited when he gets the call. When he gets the football, he's going to make it count.
I mean, he was met immediately at the line of scrimmage, spun off that tackle.
Limping off the field after a tough run, got the first down. And that's the kind of play. I mean, we have a full quarter left, but you put the ball in the end zone on this possession, you're getting close to closing this one out. Forgive me if I missed him, but is Cameron Rosenberger checked back into the game?
I have not seen him since. I don't see him on the sideline. So, it looked like they could probably tape him up, but I'm sure they're going to let him hold out. McMeans, Bowden's doing a great job. Lipscomb bringing a lot of pressure.
Steady drizzle now here at Legends Field.
2nd down and 9. McMeans tailback. Bowden proving his worth tonight, having him back. Boy, nice catch. Slant route to Williams. Makes a move. Couldn't quite get a first down. Kind of was trying to break free and maybe lost 1 or 2 by on the money pass by Hatcher.
But here we are again in the red zone. Haven't been able to capitalize every time we've been here.
Let's not look for the tight end seam. They've definitely seen that on film and taken that away from us twice.
Yep.
Once with a pick. Same formation. We're going to split Gagnon and Williams, bottom of the screen. Boy, Gagnon is open quick. That might be the 5th encroachment call penalty on us. It's going to back us up. 3rd down and 6. That's probably going to change the play call just a bit.
Yep. Like you saw in the last play, you were commenting that cushion on Gagnon.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll give that to him on this next.
Well, a lot of little things. We'd like to clear that up before we get
Yeah.
played next week, if there is a next week. 9 minutes to go until next week. Well, McMeans chose to keep the ball on the ground. Nice move. Still on his feet. Down to the 5-yard line. First down, Eagles. Matthew McMeans still gaining yards on the night. Getting stronger as the night goes on.
And we're talking about Rosenberger, where you do have that 1-2 punch, thunder and lightning, if you will.
Yeah,
Although
absolutely.
that lightning of McMeans, he has speed and he has power. Do not underestimate his power.
Well, how about the 3rd and 6 call with the run up the middle?
Yeah.
Stretch play off
Well,
the left.
it's just been working.
It has.
And you have confidence in that left side of the offensive line with Pennington and Ashmore that they're going to make the hole. Pennington, tremendous block on that last play.
Boy, he'll walk in this time. McMeans, 6 points. Puts the Eagles up 23-7. We'll bring Bowden in for the extra point.
Just
Nice.
a great cut, just a jump stop.
Nice blocking. If we go back to that play, Preston Daniel, the play before that, great block. Josiah Tingley, excellent block from the center position. Nice kick out there by Bowden.
Want to say hi to Josiah's grandparents, tuning in from Ohio and Michigan. Up, bobble on the snap. Bad connection between Joseph Welch. Wasn't able to get it down in time for Bowden to get a good shot at it.
That was the James Stiles touchdown with 8:47 to go. Just want to say a shout out to my man Joseph Napey. He went out.
What you got going on there?
Well, he went out into the elements and picked up our speaker that we were using for the grill team so they could hear this broadcast.
Oh, okay.
But the rain kind of moved in, and
Gotta grab it.
my daughters would probably not like that messing up our karaoke machine.
I think we need to live stream Floriani karaoke.
It's something special. It is something special.
What's your go-to song?
Gosh, I have to tell you, I'm kind of an 80s guy.
Well, I'm not surprised.
So most 80s songs are good. I'm not afraid of one of the best of all time, as you may have seen on Jimmy Fallon, is you can throw in a little Tina Turner. Better be good to me.
Man, I am intrigued.
That's a good one.
I am intrigued.
But anything really.
What about
good.
the girls? What are they bringing?
They're more into the Broadway stuff. you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the Hamiltons and the things like
I'm sure
that.
it's a Greatest Showman, maybe.
Well, nice return by Lipscomb. Say that one more time. Sorry.
Greatest Showman.
Yeah, they love Greatest
Oh,
Showman.
yeah.
I have not seen that, but they have.
Here we go. Defense back out on the field, playing great all night tonight, shutting down Lipscomb at almost every turn. Lipscomb's been able to conjure up a few plays, but nothing to any great effect, and certainly with no consistency.
All right, we're going to bring Alan Bowden in for Austin Hill now, the outside linebacker. So, of course, we've seen Bowden playing great tonight. We're going to see how he plays on the defensive side of the ball. He was starting, of course, prior to being injured. And there he goes. He makes the tackle right out of the gate.
We do hope Austin's okay. He did come up limping after that big 4th down and 3 conversion when he got that run, hobbling a bit.
2nd down and 7.
I don't think there's a more complete game you can play than Alan Bowden's played tonight. Stepping in a fullback, place kicker, kicking off, handling those duties, and now he's in a outside linebacker.
All right, we're going to go with a bootleg. Quick pass to the flats. Ethan Saunders coming over from that weak side middle linebacker, making the tackle, not before 1st down. That'll put the ball right at midfield. 1st and 10 for Lipscomb with 7:50 to go in this 4th quarter. Eagles up 23-7. Saw Preston Daniel slip on that last play. Field conditions are kind of deteriorating just a little bit with the rain. There we go. Little quick pass in the flats. Lockhart running him down.
We have a score update for St. George's and Harding.
Okay.
35 to 28, Harding with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Say that one more time, Jimmy.
Joseph Nafee bringing the update.
35-28.
Harding.
Wow, Harding Academy up. We thought that might be a pretty intriguing game.
Yeah,
It's a lot of points to put up against St. George's.
very much.
2nd and 7, jet sweep. Gagnon comes up. Preston Daniel wraps him up from the backside. Welch also in there.
We don't have a score from Nashville with CPA, but most likely the winner of Harding St. George's will go on to play CPA. The top seed out of the middle Tennessee region.
We're going to bring Zachary Brooks in for Welch. Quick pass, a little high.
See where Peter Nern timed that. He
Well, he
wanted
was.
it. Almost got it at the peak.
Boy, he sure was. Preston Daniel, nice underneath coverage, and, of course, Nern over the top. Fourth down and 3. Of course, Lipscomb no choice but to go for it with 6:10 to go in this game. Look for something quick in the flats. Boy, in and out of the hands. He was right there. Nice throw. Just could not quite come up with it. Pretty tight coverage by Nern. That'll flip it over. Eagles will take over. Looks like it'll be on the 42, 43-yard line.
Eagles now look to close this one out.
Yeah.
Hasn't been the prettiest performance. There are some bright spots, certainly some moments that they regret. Certainly thanks to Chris Cochran and Joseph Nafee helping us out there. They're clearing out of the press box to go handle business with Eagle Madness. And there's Matthew McMeans handling business as well, moving into Lipscomb territory with another big run.
Boy, it's 20, 25 at a time. He's knocking off.
Looking forward to seeing that stat line, total yards, and also yards per carry. I'm sure he'd like a few touchdowns on that stat line, but only one time in the end zone.
Yeah, the Lipscomb team, if we kind of go back to our pregame show, keys of the game, pretty scrappy team.
Yeah.
You kind of see why they were losing by 6, 10, not a lot of points. They just kind of hang around and kind of give teams a little bit of trouble as they did us tonight. So the game kind of plays into their season record.
There's something with our snap count. It has messed with us a few times, but I've seen several times where the Lipscomb defensive line, almost all of them, flinch. So I wonder what we're doing with our snap count, trying to modify it. Certainly something that they're going to be working on this week in practice as they build toward what's most likely going to be a rematch against Lausanne.
That's right. It's going to bring up first down and 15. That looked to be a bootleg or a play action pass. So we'll get Williams man-to-man coverage on the bottom of the screen here. Hatcher sets up deep in the pocket, looking deep to Williams. Touchdown, Dawson Williams.
I don't know how he got that.
Wow.
That's a special play.
45-yard throw and catch by Hatcher.
Bold throw by Hatcher. Two Lipscomb Academy defenders right there, and that ball somehow snuck through. Great throw and catch. Dawson Williams, outstanding yet again.
Hatcher's done a great job tonight. He's settled down after that first half, that interception, a couple high balls, and, of course, delivered a strike there. Throws such a great deep pass.
Ooh.
Bowden, first miss of the night.
I think if his career kicking stats are just tonight, I don't know if he had any kicking experience prior to this, but that should not dampen his output and how he played tonight. Stepping in for Chandler Karn, 1 for 1 on field goals, 2 for 3 on PATs.
Nice job by number 27, Alan Bowden tonight, kind of filling in as the special teams. You see him right there talking to Cameron Rosenberger and Austin Hill, 2 guys that are out of the game now,
Yeah.
getting a little banged up. Giving those guys a break. They're giving him some pointers probably.
Well, it's good to see. It just seems like Bowden's performance tonight kind of personifying the character of this team. He had a rough stretch there, got hurt in the Lausanne game, had to sit out a couple weeks, comes back, and has really played just about every role you could possibly play on the field tonight. Fullback, outside linebacker, and kicking.
We're going to bring in Max Pleben to take over this kicking duty, his first kick of the night. Great stop by the Eagles. Ball up to the 30-yard line. Max Pleben joining us from the soccer team and rugby team this week just to kind of help out a little bit in case we needed him. Haven't really needed him tonight. But nice to have him fill in. If you're at home and the camera is not near as good as Chris Cochran does it, it's because I'm doing it. Chris and those guys had to head out and set up for the Eagle Madness in the gym. So, Brandon, I'm going to let you kind of do some more of the play-by-play. I'll kind of fill in the backside if you don't mind.
Well, now I'm nervous.
Just,
yeah. Again, you can see now we're Lipscomb right now, trailing by 3 scores, just trying to get something together. And trying to do a rollout there, incomplete pass.
We've taken the deep ball away, which they throw very well, and now this little underneath stuff just is not enough. We're able to kind of jump down on that pretty quickly.
Wing tee not quite effective right now when you're dealing with this point in the game.
Yeah, it's hard to catch up. 4:58 to go in the fourth quarter.
Trying again on the pass. Slippery conditions out there as well, but just missed on that one. Killebrew could not connect. Incomplete pass, and it'll now be 3rd down and 10 for the Lipscomb Mustangs. Defense, you can't say enough about how well ECS has played tonight. Just keeping that pressure on, just consistent, constant pressure, and not really allowing Lipscomb to come up with anything, with any great consistency. 3rd down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Killebrew in the shotgun. In and out of the hands of the receiver on the far side of the field there. Looks like there's going to be a flag.
They're going to call Alan Bowden, I guess, on a personal foul maybe for – he really wasn't out of bounds, but –
You're going to look at the replay here. We can see it from our vantage point.
I mean, he got a good shot on him, but he was in bounds. I don't like that call.
Especially because the ball hit the receiver's hands.
That's right.
You're making a play to break up the pass.
He wasn't out of bounds.
So,
but that'll put tack 15 on. This referee crew is coming to us from Clarksville, Tennessee tonight.
Okay. Yes, as we deal with playoffs, some different crews. A lot of discouragement on the ECS sideline. I'm going to go ahead and say that they are disagreeing with that call.
Yeah, I guess if we were on Lipscomb's side, we would probably say that differently.
Yeah. Trips to the right. Looks like Killebrew will be in the shotgun again. Lipscomb again trying to push the ball down the field.
We're going to bring Gagnon up to kind of play man-to-man along with Preston Daniel.
Well, sticking with the jet sweep there.
Boy,
Great play by Epperson.
Boy, you're not kidding.
Something just happened there.
Wow, I mean, he just pushed down Epperson, literally pushed him down.
And we're not getting a flag.
I got to tell you, that's, I mean, did he get pushed down?
It looked like it.
Second down and 6. Shotgun formation, quick pass in the flats. Boy, Carson Gagnon wraps him up and just spits him out. Probably a loss of 1 on the play.
Another player that plays both sides of the ball so well, seeing Carson Gagnon as good on the defensive side of the football as he is on the offensive side of the football. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left here at Legends Field. 29-7 lead for the Eagles over the Mustangs in this first round of playoff action in 2018. Killebrew's going to take it up the middle, and he's dropped by Ethan Saunders. Great tackle made there in the open field on the quarterback.
Boy, he stopped him in his tracks, didn't he?
And now Lipscomb's looking at a 4th down.
Nice play by Saunders. Saunders, part of that all-region defensive team. You know, I've got that. Let me see where I have those. I think I had those list of players. Great time to give a shout-out to those. Go ahead, Brandon. You got those.
Looks like the first team for Division IIA West Region. First team offense, Dawson Williams, Dietrich Pennington for offensive line, and Joshua Kroll on offensive line. First team defense, Josh Hartsuff. We've seen him make tremendous plays tonight. The strip sack last week against North Point. Ethan Saunders, who we just saw make a great play, and Carson Gagnon. So those are first team defense. First team special teams, Chandler Karn, unfortunately not able to play tonight. Hopefully he'll be back in action next week. We'll have to wait and see, but Chandler Karn, first team. Second team offense and second team defense. We'll get to that after this play. Trips right for Lipscomb. Killebrew in the shotgun. Dump it out there on the perimeter. And they're going to get the first down. Move the chains for Lipscomb, and they will stay on offense.
Great game plan tonight by Coach Rodriguez. Of course, also a great plan by Scott Vogel, defensive backs. Coach Ben Todd, defensive tackles. Coach Trey Adams, linebackers. Coach Williford, offensive line. Coach Hardy Buck, receivers. Coach Rue, tailbacks. Just a great game plan all around against this Mustang team.
Trips left now. Killebrew back to pass. Look to the flats, and then he hit him in the middle. Number 11's always been a prime target for him. Pass complete to Jaden Lyles. It's going to be another move of the chains for Lipscomb getting a first down. Here we are with 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in regulation.
Nice tackle by Epperson, time and again. They don't usually get past Epperson.
No. Speaking of, Jacob Epperson, second team defense on the region, and we'll get to the rest of that lineup momentarily. Dump out on the screen. Lyles could not handle it. In and out of his hands, and it's going to be incomplete. Joining Jacob Epperson on second team defense for the West region, Tyler Giles, defensive line, Evan Lockhart, linebacker. Peter Nern, defensive back. He had a pick tonight. And Preston Daniel, he was right there on that previous play. Second team offense, Jacob Hatcher, quarterback. Matthew McMeans, running back. Josiah Tingley, offensive line. And Cody Ashmore, offensive line. Honorable mention, Cameron Rosenberger, Paul Ellis, Alan Bowden, and Joseph Welch. So congratulations to those Eagles being recognized for how well they played this year by their colleagues in the West region. Killebrew rolling to his left, goes out. Green has it on the sideline. He's going to be, looks like he's going to be forced out. Going to be a little bit short of the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. But Lipscomb continue to move the ball down the field with 1 minute 51 seconds left in the game. Looks like he will get the first down.
Great student section tonight at the game, as you can see. Cheerleaders leading them. Also, thank you to the pep band. Great to have them tonight in the stands as well. Quick hit up the middle, gain of probably 3. Saunders and Agapos in the game. Number 35 on the tackle.
A lot of the first team, entire first team still out there. This isn't a game where they felt comfortable to put in. A lot of the JV guys who had a tremendous season in their own right played really well. So first team guys staying out there for the most part, trying to slow down this Lipscomb offense, even though Lipscomb is starting to make some progress. It is what it is as the clock's winding down, but this has been the most consistent stretch that the Mustangs have been able to come up with offensively.
Got Coach Rod right there in the screen. Notice him on the sidelines. You know, what I love about him is, we've mentioned this before, he lets his coaches coach.
Yeah.
He lets those guys, he has the utmost confidence in his defensive team, and then he didn't even go out to the huddle.
Yeah.
He lets those guys get the kinks worked out, tell him exactly what he wants to do, and tell you what, a great staff in just his second year here. What a turnaround he has made. The reason why he is the coach of the year.
Looks like a great tackle right there by Zachary Brooks. My experience on the sideline has been super fulfilling over the past few weeks, and seeing him up close coaching. He doesn't have to say a lot. He doesn't have to say a lot to communicate to his guys, because they know what he expects in certain situations. Looks like Killebrew scrambling. Thought he had an opening, nothing down the field, and he's going to try to score on that, but dropped inside the 2-yard line. Denied the end zone as the clock continues to tick. We're down to 50 seconds left in the game.
6 minutes left. Harding up 42-41 now. So St. George is clawing their way back into the ball game. Thanks to Sam Kelly for updating me. Shout out to Sam. Tonight, not sure where you are listening. You may be in Nashville, Tennessee. You may be in Ohio. You may be in Indiana. We've had some in Alaska. We've had some from all over, alumni listening to these games. Thank you for joining us. We're glad we can bring this to you.
Just interesting, you're seeing the character of this team. We know what the circumstances of the game are right now. 43 seconds left. The game's over. And they're intent on stopping Lipscomb here. They do not want to give up a touchdown. And still, this defense, they have not given up a score. It was a pick 6 that got Lipscomb on the board with 7. So we're going to see how the defense steps up. Yeah, they don't want to give that to him. Killebrew fighting for the end zone on the quarterback sneak. It looks like the refs are giving it to him.
Yeah, they kind of came in late, gave him that 6.
And the Mustangs offense finally gets on the board with a touchdown. Score now 29-13. With 38 ticks on the clock left, it looks like Lipscomb's going to be setting up for the point after. And it's blocked. Carson Gagnon getting a piece of it, denying the extra point, and the score will remain 29-13. Use this opportunity as we hit the final moments of this first round showdown in the Class Division II AA playoffs. Thank our sponsors, Pediatric Dental Group, Clayton Floriani. Thank you, Clayton, as well as Stiles Law Firm. We had a few James Stiles Law Firm touchdowns. Sean Wilkins, State Farm, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Compliance Associates, Tim Wilson. Also like to thank Benny James, Darren Wilkes. Bank 3 with Scott House. Strategic Financial, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones. Also Ortho Memphis with David Dabbs and Jen Dorman. And also Jeff Whitehorn with Absolute Comfort. He sponsors Chalk Talk and Walk. And it looks like we'll have another Chalk Talk and Walk this Thursday
right,
at
will.
11:45 in the Legacy Center here at the ECS campus on Macon Road. I'm sure Coach Rodriguez will be excited to share about the game tonight, what we did right, what we did wrong, and also looking ahead to Lausanne. That is going to be the second round showdown here in the playoffs. Eagles will have an opportunity to get a rematch, and you can't help but think that they're good. They wanted that. They wanted that opportunity to play the Lynx again.
Yeah, that's right. We need to definitely get some of these guys healed up with these minor nicks and bumps that we got tonight, because we'll need everybody and everything.
Onside kick from Lipscomb. It's rolling, and it looks like Lipscomb got it.
Well, that's a great execution by Lipscomb.
It was a great kick. That was a funky kick.
It was kind of scooted across that wet turf.
And the Mustangs with 36 seconds left.
Sorry about that. I was not in the correct place with the camera. Sorry about that if you're at home. Onside kick was recovered by Lipscomb, kind of scooted through our first line of defense. So you'll see them with the ball at our 37-yard line.
$16 points. That's the deficit right now. Killebrew back the pass. He throws it up. Picked by Zachary Brooks. His second straight game with an INT, and now he's moving up the field. Takes a shot, but damage done. And that's game over. Zachary Brooks with another great interception. He had a great pick against North Point a week ago. Follows up with a pick.
Nice play. What a great statement after that recovery by Lipscomb on the onside to get the ball right back. We'll be able to finish this drive, finish this quarter out, and finish this game out. Next week, we will be at Lausanne, 7 o'clock game time, 6:40 pregame show.
I'm sure Britton will be back for it. He will not want to miss that one.
I don't know.
I think I'm going to be on the sidelines. I'm just going to go ahead and count.
Well, I'll tell you this: wherever you are, I know we will all be outside because we were there.
That's true.
We were there.
Yeah,
you were with me, Brandon, that night. So we're going to be outside, maybe a little chilly. Hopefully not wet. If it's wet, we've got to think of something to do to stay dry.
Plan B.
Yeah, Plan B. We'll get a little prayer out there and maybe get a little post-game.
I'm going to head on down. I got my mic.
Absolutely, perfect.
I will see you in just a moment.
Great. That's going to do it. The final buzzer blows. Your Eagles win this first-round playoff game 29-13 over the Lipscomb Mustangs. Lipscomb came in with a 2-8 record. They will move on to 2-9 on the season. Your Eagles will move on to 9-2. Brandon Artilli is going to move down to the sideline. We'll get a post-game comment from Coach Rod, so stick around. Don't leave. You'll want to hear what he has to say as we look ahead to Lausanne this next week. Lausanne won big tonight over Good Pasture. Still waiting for a final score between St. George's and Harding. Harding was up 42-41. We'll see how that ends.
Just a lot of respect between these two teams on the field. Lipscomb really showing a lot of respect to the team they just did battle with.
Hopefully Lipscomb will have a safe ride home tonight. Back to Nashville. Great to have them on campus. Coach Rodriguez friends with their coach. Eagles are going to head over to the student section for the traditional Victory in Jesus song. Great tradition at ECS. Win or lose, but tonight especially good since the win over Lipscomb. Brandon, probably take you a while to get Coach Rodriguez out of there, but when you do, I'll have you on camera. So
couldn't help but notice Cameron Rosenberger, a limp, aiding that left ankle. First things first, congrats on the win. Congrats, Coach of the Year as well.
Oh, thanks a lot. Well, that's a team award. As you know, there aren't many bad teams that get recognitions like we were fortunate to receive from our region. So I'm really proud of all of our guys and also those that were recognized by the region coaches.
Great recognition tonight. Tell me just kind of your immediate feeling coming off this win. It was a playoff win. A win's a win.
No, I'm really proud of how we played. That was a gritty team that we just played, and they came down here and they fought their tails off. And I'm really proud of how we played tonight. And you know, it wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I felt like we competed. We played hard, and I was just really proud of our effort.
You guys really responded tonight.
Yeah, the guys responded well. I mean, there were some adverse things that went on in the course of the game, and we made the best of it, and really just did a good job overall. So the score may not reflect really how that game went, but I'm proud of our guys.
All right, as you guessed and would have assumed, Lausanne, they're advancing. That's who you'll see next. What's your impression of getting another shot at them?
Well, they've got a fantastic team, and I'm excited to be able to play them again. Anytime you get to play against great competition, it's exciting. So we're looking forward to seeing them.
Congrats, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
Brandon, see if you can grab, if you're there.
And now the coach gets to hold the child.
Brandon, see if you can move straight ahead and grab Austin Hill there. He's to your left. To your left.
My other left? Other left.
Yeah, come towards the press box.
There I see him. He's got some, he's got ice on his left ankle. See how he's doing. Wait for a path to clear. But, yeah, we have Cameron Rosenberger, ice on his left ankle. We got Austin Hill, ice on his left ankle. We just hope that they're going to be able to recover. Hey, Austin, you mind if I have a word? Yeah, how you feeling, man?
I'm good. Just a little sore.
Congrats on the defensive player for the region. Just tell me about the effort y'all put out here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's really just a team effort. Really comes down to practice. Our week at practice week was phenomenal. Really, it's just everybody's doing their job. That's what it comes down to. It's not one person to know. That's everyone.
Well, tell me about the 4th and 3. You got the ball. You're able to. How hard were you running on that?
I just there's 100 people in the middle. I just try to cut it outside. Got lucky. Honestly, I just got lucky. Honestly,
well done. Hope you get better and well played tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Modesty, just a hallmark for a lot on this team, and Austin Hill, of course, being recognized by a lot of the people he's played against and been coached against by and throughout the region as a defensive player of the year, and got to see a pretty good glimpse of it at Y tonight.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for that post-game interview with Coach Rod, and also Austin Hill. Like you said, that 4th and 3 was a huge play by Hill. Unfortunately, he kind of got dinged up on it, but I think he'll be back. Nothing really to worry about. But that's going to do it tonight. From Legends Field, your Eagles on top, 29-13. We will be back in Memphis next week, but just a little south of the campus in East Memphis on the campus of Lausanne as we take them on in this second round of the playoffs, our second matchup with them this year. So thank you for joining us. Tune in next week. We'll see you then. Good night.